What a week, guys. What a week. Yeah, gotta share links. Vegetables for you and me. YouTube is running. Facebook is still wonky. Still reports of people having trouble connecting here and there. Amos has retracted his message, and Jay has said good evening. I'm not sure why there was a retraction, but that's fine, Amos. And hello to you too. I can check the restream in a bit, and I will see what the after wrote. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Just a crazy day. Excuse me. RJ says hello as well. Prep the drinks. Sorry, yeah. Links shared. Oh wow, Restream was unable to capture. Fake eyes. You're the one who gets faked out by the fake eyes. Okay, Restream was what? It didn't capture Amos's original message. I wonder what it was. It's a little bright, I think. Or is it okay? It's bright if I go close, of course. But no, we're kind of burnt, so I guess we can bring it down. Or parang dark shirts. Yeah, it's the dark shirts always throw everything off. Mabuhay, Noel. Just so you know, YouTube, Facebook is still having some quirks sometimes, so you might actually enjoy it better in YouTube. Yeah. Whoa, what's happening to my life? Yeah, in the other stream I was in earlier, people are reporting they're having trouble connecting. Oops, 1 moment. So I think, yeah. I also forgot to prioritize internet to the laptop. Fistbook. Fistbook. Okay, that sounds kinky though. What? Like fist kiss, isn't it? Hello, Karen. So, guys, spoiler alert: we don't actually have a topic. You know, we're just here. We're just sitting in front of the computer again. So, yeah, user contributions are very important today, so that we keep this conversation going. I'm sure we all have stress from the past week, and we're all looking for a way to relax. And maybe this episode is the best episode for that, for all of us. So that's as far as I am for a premise for today. Because, man, and I guess we can recap a bit of our day and why we're so weird. So, oh boy. So is this going to be super casual, no intro, or do we? Well, of course we're going to do the intro. We have standards. Then I guess my mother raised me better than that. But I guess we should start. I guess we will start with the intro. No.
Wait for it. No. Now,
This is Toby.
and this is Rocky.
And if it's your first time here, welcome to Baduy Pride, a little space on the internet where we talk about anything you want.
This is completely unscripted and not entirely accurate, but at least it's honest. Join us, we talk about everything and anything random live.
And if it's not your first time here, thank you so much for joining us again. We don't really have a topic tonight, but it is the 106th episode.
Okay. And then, if it isn't obvious, every intro, I'm carefully listening to Toby to see if he'll miss anything during the intro. So in my head, I'm reciting the whole thing.
Well, you're free to just do the intro if you want.
No,
I mean,
the intro works better if it's like the two of us.
yeah,
Because it's our show.
but I always, stumble with my words.
Yeah, it's just, but and that's where the amusement is. It's not like scoring, but it's really just positive score tracking.
Hey, Jed.
Hello,
Hey,
Jed.
Andre.
Andrew, of course, still loves your jacket. Amos does cite crazy week rushing in to Q4 wrapping up. And I guess that's true. I mean, like on the work front for us, well, I feel like a large part of this year has been pitch season for us at work.
Yes, Jed, we just started.
Wow, hi Patricia, hello. Yeah, we're super chill today. And like no topic, no nothing. Oh, see, look at that. Okay, so
So the day started. The morning was
you
fine.
should no, but we can cite the fact that I had left the washing machine on a timer last night to finish by 8 a.m. But it felt unusually loud this morning. Maybe because it wasn't a full load. It was a rag load. It was a rag load that I left because we had a near water accident last night. So
Yeah.
suddenly we were left with like a gazillion wet rags last night, and I said, "Oh, I might as well launder these things." And yeah, it was a little noisy this morning. It woke Toby up, and then eventually I woke up, and it made for a weird start to the day. And then we had many meetings.
Yeah, so many meetings, but that by the time I could actually prepare and serve lunch, we still didn't eat, even if that was already around 4.
Because I was still in a call working on stuff.
So our first meal for the day was around 5. And that's after missing a delivery that my sister sent me. So that delivery had to divert to Parañaque because the driver of my mom now had to go back. He couldn't call me for some reason. My phone was unreachable. Then it was a lot of work. Without getting into the details, it was just meetings after meetings after meetings after presentations after meetings, juggling around 8 Google Sheets and 4 Google Docs at the same time. So yeah, that was my side, and then you had yours.
Yeah, I mean, like I had a major submission that we had to wrap up in the morning. We have a bit of another concern that we discussed, and then we had another thing that we had to send out to a client in the afternoon. I mean, there's just a lot of stuff going out, and then of course tomorrow is 12/12, so that means a lot of potential work for us because it's a peak retail thing, and just so many things, guys, so many things going on, and and I guess the only happy news is that our company successfully paid out 13th month this week, despite how challenging this year has been. So yay, I'll celebrate that.
And we've hit 10. Yay!
Hey! Oh my god.
Wow. This is bad. Okay, there. Fix it up.
But he's just like, this is our mood for this year. Wait, I want a screenshot of this. Okay, put it aside. Okay. Okay.
Because it's really...
Yeah, he's not he's having a challenge.
He's tired.
We are all tube guy today.
There. Okay.
Okay.
He's tired. Yeah. Two
Nico
guys.
is here asking. No, we were drinking. We just put the vodka off cam. Karen's like, he needs batteries again. We have never actually bought him batteries.
Yeah, actually, it's 9 volt batteries. So they've been in him for practically a year now.
In him.
So yeah, I think it's time for new ones. But well, I guess 106 episodes of using him has started to drain the battery.
Him was just like you guys having a breakdown.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. So yes, I mean like I don't want to be super downers. We're just saying that it's been a long day of a long week of what will be a hectic month.
On a plus note, a friend did send us a bottle of vodka.
Oh yes, an early
So-
Christmas gift.
so
Thank
we'll
you so
probably-
much.
We'll probably celebrate that soon.
And it was fancy.
Yeah.
It's Belvedere, right? I think.
And then you had a package arrive.
Well, that's just that's the stuff I ordered. Not really ordered, but it's a Kickstarter rewards from a Kickstarter I backed sometime. It's
But
for
it's always good to
oh,
celebrate.
it's nice to get miniature robots.
And it's good when a shipment actually arrives.
Yeah, that the supply chain continues on, and
As always,
we're
me with my
alive.
luck, I've had my share of so many things that have gotten lost in transmission or canceled, or they send the wrong item.
Mhm. Yeah. So what others like? What can we talk about? I don't know, guys. How's your week been? How are things with you? Well, I think at least another good thing is that wow, the Disney investor meetings today they pitched like every single thing
But I guess
that they're planning to release on streaming in
Yeah.
one way or another.
I guess was it part of the Game Awards?
No, it
The
was a
separate.
there was a Disney investors meeting, and
Okay.
then this is where they were announcing a lot of these things, and
Okay.
then it was shared with the public as well. So, what of the many, 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 many things discussed today? What floated to the top for you?
Well, I'll have to reload the list because I don't remember.
Okay, that means nothing has floated to the top for you.
I haven't taken the time to really focus on it.
Mm-mm. Okay. Or from the Game Award stuff, anything that struck you while we were watching earlier?
Last of Us 2 supposedly won Game of the Year, which a lot of people are angry about.
Why are they angry about that?
And many didn't like the game, or didn't like how it told the story, or didn't like how it chose to do things that were unthinkable for a game franchise. I'm trying not to spoil it for those who might still want to play it. So a lot feels sore about it winning. I think people just, don't feel good about stuff that they didn't enjoy winning.
Karen says we need Disney Plus in the Philippines. That's very true. Oh my god, I just found out. I was looking at the Disney Plus rollout table on Wikipedia. Singapore is going to get it like by Feb. So good job, Singapore. Noel says Miss Marvel is the movie I'm most excited about. Actually, isn't it a series? I wasn't sure if it was a movie. Unless there is also Captain Marvel 2, but that was just a logo that was shown, and I don't really care about that one. So yeah, I think that there's a bunch of stuff that were like still logos floating on a screen, which like don't really stand out. I think of all the announcements, well, because there's like a bunch of Disney announcements, Marvel announcements,
yeah.
and Star Wars
announcements.
So I don't think I've really looked into the Disney one specifically, because then there's like weird things like that Little Mermaid live action.
Yeah, that was a
thing.
bit weird.
Yeah,
But then again, yeah, I guess it's a live action, so it's going to be realistic looking CG.
I mean, like, and then they have some heavy hitters as usual involved in the casting. But then I don't think we've really seen a live action Disney thing that's super like, wow. So we'll just see how it goes. On the Marvel front, there was definitely a lot of fun. But yeah, Miss Marvel is definitely one thing that it looks very very promising. The casting is very, very in tune with the comic and embracing, um, the inherent diversity needed for that story. And then
Soul is coming out this Christmas.
yeah, so that's going to become a digital release and maybe limit the theaters. And I don't know, I'm like super lost now and like feeling excited about Pixar or Disney Pixar or new Disney movies that are like not on the Pixar side of the fence. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like how Wreck-It Ralph is not a Pixar movie, but it's a Disney movie and things like that. So,
Encanto.
yeah, but it's like super early to be excited about it, but definitely trying to celebrate like the
Lin-Manuel.
Colombian and Lin-Manuel is doing the music, so that's an interesting aspect. Um, what got me more excited for Marvel was What If. So I mean, we saw that logo flashed like several different Disney announcements ago, and so now we're finding out it's an animated series, which is a nice way to sort of celebrate the distinct look of the MCU movies, and then,
Mix things around.
but yeah, change things up. No, it's like Loki seems meh, parang hard for him to carry the role without interaction with others like Thor.
I feel Loki would have been better if they went the direction the comics went,
With the kid Loki,
the female Loki, everything in between. To the point of the kid going on his quest with the two ravens.
Instead, I don't know. It's like, I mean, like a friend reacted like, are they trying to make him Doctor Who because there is a time travel aspect to it, or a weird maybe multiverse travel aspect to it?
Seems I think it's weird. I mean, the character's already a god, a trickster god.
Yeah.
So to make him interesting, you give him
a job,
time travel angle. I mean, wasn't him being a god enough?
Yeah, so that's tricky. We got a new trailer for WandaVision, and that continues to look intriguing.
Yeah. That was interesting.
I don't necessarily think it ties to any particular like comic book story very distinctly, but it does look very exciting. So that's cool. Noel's hoping that he'll do a lot of morphing. That the other versions of Loki will come along.
Hopefully.
Yeah. So and then other stuff on the Marvel front. Oh my God, what other trailers did we see? Because there's a bunch of announcements like of posters. Well, that's like from before, but we haven't seen new material.
There's all the rumors about, well, not Disney, but Spider-Man, Spider-Verse live action.
Oh yeah, that was like bigger news this week. But then I haven't really like. I mean, when it's at the rumor stage, I don't really like to invest in it. So things like the Disney announcements, then I'll take a look. But then if it's just rumors, then I don't really bother. Right? And I know a lot of times these rumors are like correct, but then correct, but then I don't know.
Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah, and we still haven't seen the trailer. I know it's out, but then like I'm not like super keen.
Hawkeye, we've seen a few photos,
but that's it. We've only seen photos, and then
I'm just happy Pizza Dog's in it.
Yeah, we're happy that. I mean, I know formally he's lucky, but then come on, he's Pizza Dog, and we're happy about that. But it's hard to say. You're only seeing still images and like random behind the scenes footage. But obviously that show is still going to need to go through post and like to really crystallize into something.
There was announcements of Ironheart, which has Riri Williams. There's Armor Wars, and supposedly a Fury-led series.
But that doesn't have a name
Secret
yet.
Invasion.
Yeah. Then other titles we just saw, it's like there's the Moon Knight thing, the She-Hulk thing. At least Miss Marvel got like a featurette. And then
the Ant-Man movie, the Quantumania.
I like that. Was it because David and he's not on the stream yet? But then the question of, because it's Ant-Man and the Wasp, like Quantum Mania. So is it Ant-Man 3 or is it Ant-Man and the Wasp 2, right? Because then it's like, what are we looking at? And they've done pretty good stuff with the Ant-Man side of the franchise. So I hope that continues. And then there's like a Galaxies of the Guardian holiday special, which sounds like another wonderful tongue-in-cheek reference to really bad science fiction holiday specials. So yeah, we
then
shall
there's the
see.
new Fantastic Four movie supposedly that they're rebooting. All we've seen is the logo.
They've just seen a logo treatment and like an announcement of names initially attached. So again, I feel it's too early to like be excited about anything until production is like well underway.
I'm a bit worried how a lot of the announcements are multiversy.
Well, that's because you brought in like Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness.
And then you have Ant-Man Quantumania. And then you have the what if stories. And then you have the Spider-Verse. I mean, are they all now trying to hit so many birds with one stone at the same time?
I don't think so. I think it's just their way of sidestepping the fact that a lot of the original MCU actors are now like out of contract and retiring from the franchise. So they need to be able to generate, they're leaving the door open that they can redo an Avenger story, they can redo an Iron Man story without needing to spend so much on everyone. Both Andre and Noel are asking about our take on season 13 Queens. Haven't seen it. I mean, I know it's everywhere, but we didn't watch. And okay. And then like it's a random episode, so we can jump right into this. I rarely get invested before the show starts. Like I have no. I mean, like if I weren't, I guess I would only be excited if any of the queens were someone I was already following on social before the show turned out to be part of the cast, which means an Odiva being part of the cast because I don't follow any American and drag queens.
At least speaking for myself, looks aren't enough. I don't care what they look like. I need to see how they perform. I need to see what they're like to start caring about them.
Yeah, it's the thing about like just recently because Drag Race Canada, I think that a lot of people on Twitter were super excited by the mathematician one, and she was horrible, and then left the show early. So I mean, like she was eliminated early. So I don't really feel that any pre-show stuff is indicative of how they will actually perform in the competition.
And even in previous episodes, it takes us like 2-3 episodes before we warm up to anyone.
Yeah. I mean, like, so I think we tend, because we're not super invested in looks, we want to see what they bring to the table. That's both in terms of performance talent and their actual personalities on stage and in the workroom. Then the interviews are really not enough. The pre-show interviews are just
and the interviews are all about making a first impression.
Yeah,
and so it's not them.
And then I can't even appreciate their looks per se because you know how the opening sequence, there's a theme that they have to match, and then they all sort of fit into that.
Or worse, they all have to follow the color
palette. Yeah, right. So that's like our thing. Amos mentions about Holland. Oh my God, we haven't bothered to watch Drag Race Holland yet because I keep thinking it's subtitles. I don't know if it's subtitles. If it's not subtitles, we'll watch it sooner. But then I keep thinking like, oh, is this a subtitle thing? Then I don't have the brain space to watch something subtitled yet. Wow, Amos feels like Canada was the best in the franchise for this year. Well, that is a perspective.
I feel Canada was trying to do something different.
Trying. I think that I understand the way they came up with their judges as a panel, and that there was no quote unquote RuPaul avatar like pushing forward. But I don't think it was a great panel in terms of execution. And then some of the decisions were questionable, and
yeah, they were a bit predictable in what they would love.
Yeah, they like a very particular aesthetic or styling, and then there's really that. A lot of times, it's like, is it just because she's a super established drag queen that we have to keep praising her? Because I don't know. I didn't always like what she did. You know, that sort of thing. Jed always leans toward the kooky ones. Yeah, so there's that one who like super had like knitting needles through her costume, which I'm sure is like trying to get the kooky audience.
For me,
but again, don't know.
Yeah, and for me that's not enough because maybe that outfit is by a friend who's a stylist. But when now they're in the competition, they can't sew.
Yeah. So I mean, I know we're so many seasons in, but we're still gonna get people who don't know how to sew, who have not great makeup. And
Jed says Jimbo was robbed. I unfortunately, in as much as I love Jimbo in the first few episodes,
super obnoxious.
Didn't deserve it.
No.
Didn't, not mature at all. Not to say that the winner was mature, but Jimbo needed to grow more before Jimbo deserves a crown.
Yeah. So,
so let's go to Star Wars.
So shady. Okay.
Star Wars. You have 2 spin-offs of The Mandalorian coming out: Rangers of the New Republic and Ahsoka.
So I'm only obviously excited about Ahsoka because obviously Ahsoka, people are feeling like it's the unofficial Star Wars Rebels continuation, but I guess it's not entirely. It is a mini series only, and Dave Filoni is writing and producing and whatever, driving that show. So that's going to be very inherent. Rangers of the New Republic feels super random to me because we only know about the Rangers because of that one character who decides to become a Ranger. Who was a Ranger but then left and then is going to become deputized in the New Republic, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, do I care? Do I care about the Rangers of the Republic?
I would love the Rangers of the New Republic to be a show all about Ewoks.
There was always a joke. No, I'll get there.
Yeah, but imagine a show with like 6 Ewoks and 1 droid.
Okay, but obviously that's not going to carry a Ranger show. Even if you paint them in different monochromatic costumes.
But they're perfect Rangers.
No. Okay. Then there's Star Wars The Bad Batch, which again continues my Clone Wars obsession. And at first, I mean, this has been long discussed that there's a Bad Batch continuation series. And I was kind of meh. Like, really? Do we need a Bad Batch show? But then, in my head, I swear, as I first hit play to watch the trailer, I was telling myself the only way that the Bad Batch would be interesting is if they covered Order 66 when all the clones attack the Jedi. And true enough, in the trailer, they distinctly mention Order 66. So then, okay, maybe I'm a bit more invested because it looks like from the trailer that the Bad Batch is unaffected by what made all the other clones implement Order 66. So, and then it's nice that everybody's loving the fact that the title sequence starts as Star Wars, The Clone Wars, and then it breaks out to be the Bad Batch. So it's like, it's really stressing. We are continuing the Clone Wars story, but we're our own thing. Okay, and then...
How much do you want to bet that Grogu's going to be in that?
What, Bad
Guest
Batch?
appearance in the web?
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't want to retcon him back into the series.
Like they're gonna, because they have to explain how Grogu survived.
I don't know. Okay, there's
Andor.
I didn't care about this movie when they first announced it around the time after Rogue One. I still don't care about it. And then as much as Diego Luna is super excited about his own series thing in the trailer material that's been released, I am not. So, but we'll see what comes out.
I think the problem with Andor is there's no hook.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, so we've seen this character in Rogue One. But still, why should we care? Why is he important? So, meh.
There's the Acolyte, which again is hard to relate to. It takes place in the new High Republic period, which has been celebrated in the books and stuff. But I'm not invested in that time period yet, so I don't know the stories. So I don't know.
I would like the Acolyte, given it's in the High Republic era, if they did something like House of Cards Star Wars. You know, it focused on the politics and stuff, and the character happened to believe in the pseudo-religious, so either Sith or the Force. But then it's that sort of a story rather than the usual nobility running away from the Empire, etc., etc., etc. Then, of course, Hayden Christensen returning as Darth Vader in the upcoming Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Now, again, this is a long time announced thing that there is an Obi-Wan
Hello
Kenobi
there.
series, and kind of didn't really care about it. I'm happy that Hayden Christensen is coming back to be Anakin / Darth
I'm
Vader,
not sure I am.
but it's okay. It's okay. It's interest. It's connection. It's connectivity. It's continuity. But overall, I'm still not like, I don't know enough about the series to be happy about it or not.
My problem with it is we've seen his growth in the movies and in the animated series.
Darth Vader, you mean, or Obi-Wan?
Darth Vader.
Okay.
Well, Anakin. So I'm not sure what he will do in terms of what we've seen already.
Well, this is already. I mean, if presumably it's gonna take place between movies 3 and 4, so it's in that dark period where
Mhm.
he's early Darth Vader.
Yeah, but we've already seen that
Where?
in the animated series.
No.
Oh, then again, yeah, we only saw him as Vader already.
Yes.
Oh, so it's gonna be more drama from him.
Yes, unfortunately, or maybe he's just a framing device, or like he'll just keep waking up from dreams. But then we don't really care about him being shirtless because he's a mutilated corpse with no arms. So yes, a droid story is some animated project. I don't know. It just sounds cutesy. There's a Lando series from the guy who did Dear White People on Netflix. So that's interesting, but
Mhm.
I don't know yet enough. Obi-Wan Ewan McGregor, supposedly still Ewan McGregor, as what I heard. And then there's Visions, which is going to be a anthology series in an anime style. In other words, the Animatrix, but Star Wars.
Mhm.
So it's original stories. That's fine. I'm still game for that.
It also sort of implies that Disney is opening the franchise a bit more compared to how Lucas was super. Things must follow this Bible.
Well, yeah, I think naman that the new continuity ever since Disney took over has been
Mhm.
pretty expansive, pretty diverse, pretty whatever. So yeah, it's not a bad thing. The really big announcement for all the Star Wars stuff is Rogue Squadron.
Mhm.
And I need you all to appreciate that this is super awesome. Wow, Star Wars shits. So is Rogue Squadron is this group of elite X-wing pilots in the old expanded universe, which is now the Legends continuity,
Mhm.
and they had a lot of crazy, amazing adventures. They were pivotal, like in because after the fall of the second Death Star, it's not like they automatically won the war. They
Mhm.
still had to fight remnants of the Empire all over, who just happened to not have a leader. So Rogue Squadron was like famous for a lot of those adventures. And then there was a joke about one of them being an Ewok with prosthetics
Mhm.
piloting, but it wasn't the case. But it has a lot of good humor. It was very well celebrated in the books and the comics,
And it had games. Really
and there were
early.
games about it tied to Rogue Squadron.
Mhm.
My first deep dive into the Star Wars novels was through the Rogue Squadron books. So I'm super excited about it. They're going to be there's supposedly going to be a big dogfighting movie. So yay.
Director of Wonder Woman.
Yeah. And then she has this really cheesy personal trailer about her dad was a fighter pilot. And, she wants to
combining
make
the two things she loves.
yeah, and she wants to make the ultimate fighter movie. And then they have her walking out and like wearing rebel jumper
Mhm.
as she approaches an obviously CG X-wing at the end of the runway. But hey, it's still good. It's still exciting.
I'm hoping that the dogfights will be, what's the word? Readable.
That's essential.
For example, Mad Max. As crazy as Mad Max was, you could tell where the cars were, where the truck was, in
and there
relation
was
to
like
the-
different beats in the
Yes.
fight.
So I'm-
yeah.
So I'm hoping Rogue Squadron will have that feel. To Noel's question, yes, Ewan McGregor is
Confirmed?
reprising the role. So I guess that's a lot of digital de-aging that's gonna happen.
Possibly. And then okay, there's a YouTube channel called Space Doc that does great like not ship breakdowns for different science fiction franchises, but they also do a lot of battle analysis, and they have a great video talking about how it's hard to care about space combat when you don't know what's going on.
Mm.
And so the best space combat in fiction is the kind of combat that you can understand the levels of the battle and the beats of the battle. And an often cited good example of this is Battlestar Galactica, where despite the fact that you have big starships shooting at one another, and then small fighters engaging in little dogfights,
missiles flying everywhere.
Yes, and civilian ships in the middle of everything, but you understand what's going on. You know what the stakes are.
Why
and
the fighters have to intercept and lure the smaller ships away.
And you have personal investment in some of the pilots.
What's the site again? Jed asks.
Space Doc. It's a YouTube channel.
Not Doc with a U, but Doc with an O.
Yeah. They super they do like encyclopedia style breakdowns of ships and like the history of each ship and all that.
Or the complaints why certain ships were badly designed.
Yeah. He has really stupid videos like this doesn't make sense.
They're pretty smart.
But yeah, it's a very brilliant stuff. But I really love his battle analyses and then like really talking about why like the Rogue One battle. They analyze the beats of the Rogue One battle and why it worked and why it didn't. Things like that.
So let's move now to Disney Animation and Pixar.
This is what we know the least about.
So starting with Raya and the Last Dragon.
I think we've all seen that trailer by now, and then we're all like, a lot of people are like, "Yay, Southeast Asian representation!" But then it's like, I don't know. It's very early to tell, but it does feel very generic Avatar Asianness and
with color-coded clothes
and color-coded tribes. But I'm not particularly excited.
And I think there was some feedback about they obviously were pulling from all these directions again, calling the creature Tuk Tuk, which was a certain stuff like that.
Yeah.
There's supposed to be a Baymax series coming up.
I figured that this would happen sooner. Actually, I thought it would have happened sooner than now because given when Big Hero 6 came out and how people just love Baymax. But then I'm not like, really? Is this really? Can he carry a show? Anyway.
Yeah.
Zootopia Plus, which is another one of those direct-to-video sequel things because Zootopia was kind of popular, but do we need more Zootopia?
There's Tiana,
because
based on the Princess and the Frog.
Yeah, does she need a series? Okay, sure. Everybody gets a series on Disney Plus.
Moana has an upcoming musical comedy series.
Then
as
there's
mentioned,
Encanto.
And then there's Iwaju, a long-form series with Kogali
Media premiering in 2022. No idea about that.
Pixar, Disney, of course. One of the big ones was Lightyear, which is supposedly about the astronaut that inspired the toy.
Yeah, I mean like
with Chris Evans.
I've only seen the images, but then it looks very dramatic, which is like okay, that's
so it's not about the toy, but it's about the pilot that inspired the toy. Sparks Shorts episode Burrow arrives on Disney Plus. Pixar Popcorn Shorts. The shorts are really good. I think a large area of strength is their shorts.
That just really pushes their growth, and they really get because there's less limitations and they're a lot more creative. I feel that's why we like their short adventures.
There's Dog Days, a new series featuring the dog from Up.
Doug.
There's a Cars series. I can't believe they're still trying to push Cars.
Cars is never going to end.
Following Lightning McQueen and Mater. Sorry. There's Win or Lose, Pixar's first original long-form animated series about middle school softball team.
That's kind of random.
Yeah.
Getting harder to keep up with this content. I agree, Amos, especially since it's all on a platform that we don't legally have access to. So, whatevs.
For movies, as mentioned, there's Lightyear, the origin story of Buzz Lightyear. There's Luca, a movie set in Italy about a boy named Luca.
Wow, profound.
That's a good description of something we don't know about.
Okay.
Then there's Turning Red, a 13-year-old girl going through puberty and transforms into a giant red panda.
Red pandas are like inherently cute, so that's a lot of good potential on the Pixar fans.
So the concept is when she gets too excited, she becomes a panda.
So is that very Ranma 1/2-ish? Like you get wet and transform? We've all seen this before.
Only here it's wet on the inside. Moving forward.
Oh, that's a no.
There's an Alien TV series coming out by the people behind Legion and Fargo. Which I'm excited.
That's exciting. That's exciting.
There's a lot there was talk online of people who weren't excited because supposedly they're drawing from Earth War, which is a tricky alien story arc. Earth War was the aliens are already on Earth, and
Mm-mm.
yeah, so it kind of changes the stakes as far as the narrative. Yeah, anything interesting?
Not really. Well, it was like Cars is probably a cash cow. I mean, obviously with that, but that's true. I mean, like that's how it is. It's just so funny that of all the different franchises that Pixar did, why did we fixate on Cars? Like, I think we should have gotten more Incredibles movies instead of as
Maybe
many Cars movies as
maybe
we did.
the voice actors cheap.
Whoa, whoa, that's shady. Ooh, that's some shade.
No, it's a question.
Ah, please. Since when could questions
Shade
not be
shade
shady?
would be, well, superheroes are expensive. Yeah, that's shade. Um, okay. Moving forward, Will Smith and Chris Hemsworth in a series for National Geographic.
I don't buy into this.
Welcome to Earth follows Smith as he embarks on awe-inspiring journey to unlock the secrets of the planet's most extraordinary, unexplained phenomena.
I'm sorry. Did we not have enough of Smith in movies that involve the word Earth?
And then Chris Hemsworth explores the limits of the human body. So I guess there will be a lot more of him.
I guess people would not mind seeing more of Chris Hemsworth's body
Talking about the body.
to explore and be educated, but that's about it.
And of course, Ice Age has a new spin-off. Ice Age Adventures of Buckwild, starring Simon Pegg. That's the voice of Buck.
But that's weird though, because isn't Ice Age not a Disney movie?
It's in here.
They just get distribution rights or something. It's like you ever see that joke that there's a guy like after years of like trying to explain to all my friends over and over that Anastasia is not a Disney movie, you will be able to watch Anastasia on Disney Plus.
Mhm.
So it's like, huh? Yeah. So it looks like Disney Plus is getting aggressive on content deals and not just being exclusive to Disney content, which just makes it all the more frustrating that we can't get access to it legally here.
And then the only other alternative was Star, but that's for Canada, New Zealand, and Europe. And it's coming to Japan and South Korea in 2021. So that's around 50 new Marvel, Star Wars, Disney, and Pixar movies and series.
Well, they're keeping busy, but then again, they've launched a new platform, so they have to keep like making it work for them, right? And like just please, people, subscribe to Disney Plus, please. So, and I'm game for it. I honestly am. I already have too many streaming platforms as to like. Yes, Mitch, we went through all the announcements, so I think that we're done with that recap. So, what else can we talk about, guys?
Evangelion's release.
What?
Is
I haven't
nearing
heard this.
its ending, and Utada Hikaru is planning a new song for that.
Oh.
Tori Amos's Christmas Tide is out, so that's an album with Christmas themed songs, which are very Tori Amosy. Of course, everyone's talking about Tay-Tay's new album, which I always felt like it was a B-side album given how fast it's coming out.
Or like, did she really make between Folklore and what's the new one, Evermore? Something?
Yeah.
Did she really just map them out all together and like, oh, too many songs for one album? I'll just release them in stages.
Yeah, it could be that, but it really feels for me like everyone's getting announcements about new stuff, so I have to get back on the radar. So
because she's done, so this is like her second release in a year.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, I respect everybody likes different artists in different ways. But then there is a particular degree of like social media obsession for Taylor Swift that my Twitter feed is just drowning in people like live tweet reacting to the entire album song per song. And I guess that's a thing.
It's okay. I mean, we did the same with the Tune trailer. So
no, but we did it as a condensed video. But then normally it's not my social media behavior to flood my feed the whole day about it.
Yeah, well, people are also chasing after likes. Inks shares very Tormy Amos gives me autumn tree singing thanks sort of. In some ways, yeah, she still does a lot of her vocalizations. It's still with the band, so it still feels a bit different. Um,
You've never gotten over this whole band aspect.
yeah, a friend of mine who's also into her music did share with me she feels it sounds more Tory than Christmas, which is a true statement about the album. Compared to her older Christmas releases like Winter and the like. So for those who like Tori Amos, you might want to check it out. What else?
Guys, what's new with you? What else are steer tonight's episode because we're just talking about anything right now. We're all just tired, guys. We're drinking and we're just having a chill night. Imagine we're at a bar. In fact, let's just make it O-Bar.
So
we're all at O-Bar and the show hasn't started and we're just talking. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
A lot of people are also talking about Cyberpunk, which is finally out after 8 years in the making.
Oh my gosh. I keep getting ads for Cyberpunk.
The game also has a tabletop role-playing game because the tabletop role-playing game came first.
Mm-hmm.
So they released the digital game with the tabletop role-playing game, and some friends are actually enjoying the tabletop game more than the computer game, but many are celebrating the computer game because it has flaccid penis physics.
I've heard about that. Hey, Ing says he has a new table. Congratulations on your new table. Thank you for sharing with the group. Okay. Anyone else have new?
Jed
Mitch
asks, have you seen The Prom on Netflix yet?
No, we haven't had time to engage in something.
What we did
new.
see was a very heavy.
The trials of Gabriel Hernandez.
Yes.
Oh my God, that was. I mean, I love my true crime, but I know it gets heavy, especially when children are involved.
Mm-hmm. And
Ings shares that I don't have a system that can play that, which I feel like is every other person talking about Cyberpunk. Mitch won a raffle of 500 pesos. Congratulations, Mitch! That's awesome. I never win raffles. Honest to dog, I never do.
I fight to win.
How do you fight to win a raffle?
Well, anything else in life. Because raffles, I know I won't win.
Oh wow, Jed's been sleeping at 3:30 a.m. watching someone play Cyberpunk. Okay, that's one way to experience the game. I mean, like, was this? I used to clock in a lot of time watching Five Nights at Freddy's playthroughs just so that I wanted to get through the story, but it was terrifying. But yeah, I never actually played the game myself.
Yeah, I've never been a playthrough person when it comes to watching, but I have been watching some videos of Metal Gear Solid 5, only because I can't believe they perfect some of those stages.
Oh, one of those speed runs and those 100% stealth
so I keep
runs.
Watching to see how did they do it, remembering how hard it was for me.
I think everybody like takes away different things from like watching streamers, and you look for certain niches of what you want. So in your case, maybe you only see value because you want to figure out gameplay. Me, I'm like, it's like it's a way to get the story without dealing with the actual game.
Noel has been converted. Yes, Noel's now into weird history, ancient conspiracy, and the like.
Oh my!
So you might like the upcoming Nicolas Cage series, all about swear words.
I read about that. I only saw the headline, but then what? Nicolas Cage's gonna have a show
all about swear words.
The origins of swear words. Okay, why not? Because put the bunny down.
But Noel, for your weird conspiracy, whatever thing to read up on today, look up the Black Knight and extraterrestrial. It's a stupid conspiracy that's out there.
Mom Meow is on the stream and she shares she watched game theory episodes on FNAF instead of the story. Yes, because it's just a game theory. I super watch those, including the very, very late update, because apparently there have been so many Five Nights at Freddy's related releases.
And there's supposed to be an upcoming movie, right?
Oh yeah, but I don't know. Mitch is asking, what's in your 12 Dove cart? We never put things in our cart before these things. we admittedly we don't really get a lot of 12/12 stuff. We keep saying that we should do our Christmas shopping with this 12/12 thing. So I don't know.
I have an idea for that one. I'll show it to you later.
Okay, but yeah, so we're definitely going to spend some time tomorrow figuring out 12/12 because we don't have a game schedule tomorrow. So our calendar is super free.
The closest thing I have to my cart now is the thing that was sent to me wrong.
Oh yeah, because
So
during 11/11, Toby got a terrible purchase that with the item that was listed was not what he received.
And I'm really hoping to get a stylus because I actually want to try to get back into digital comics. Hopefully next year.
Jed's like, because you need a super expensive setup to play Cyberpunk on Ultra Screen you never afford. That is true. We were on a call just earlier where someone mentioned he won't even try playing it because he thinks his computer will melt, which is very graphic.
And that's the common statement now I'm hearing from people.
That the computer will melt? That is interesting.
The term for it will overheat, I guess.
Kenny is late and asked about RuPaul. We mentioned that we haven't really bothered to watch it and we don't really care about pre-season stuff. Noel wants the link.
Noel, it's been sent on Facebook.
Karen's 12/12 cart is empty. You are like us. But then 12/12 is still a trap. We may find something in your cart by the end of the day. And really like, because I think there was only one time I tried to do like, I preloaded a cart. And when it came to the actual sale period, because I did not purchase at midnight, then come morning, item was no longer available. So, okay, that's how it is. But I'm not super competitive for these things. Andre is now asking the group, does anyone watch Mr. Nightmare on YouTube? I have never heard of this.
I have never heard of it as well, but I'm checking it out now.
Amos just started the first episode of Connected. Oh, that's a fun show. It's not as fun as Connections, the old like edu series on like Discovery Channel, but yeah. Oh wow, Carol most likely replenished turmeric pills. Yes, it's so funny because just last week my non-exciting Lazada purchase was psyllium husk powder because the local organic grocery ran out. And then I finally decided to look at Lazada and got it at like half the price. And like, oh my God, I should have been buying for grocery items on Lazada for a long time. This is all to keep up my keto pandesal habits. Kenny shares that because working in marketing has early access to what's going to be on sale, but nothing interests him. Toby used to have discount codes and because they had a project at one point.
Yeah.
And then like, but we couldn't think of what to get.
But one thing you can do is put stuff in your cart and then pretend you forgot about it. They will message you eventually, and sometimes they'll message you with a coupon.
Oh, that's something.
To try to get you to buy it.
Oh, this is interesting. Noel's like, it's empty because I'm skipping gift giving this Christmas. Nauna na yung gifts ko sa ibang November. And that's valid. And actually, this has been like an ongoing conversation in friend circles and families. Like in one friend circle, and some of them are here, we asked to put together a spreadsheet where everyone can indicate, like, do they want to receive gifts this year? Are the gifts physical or digital only? And then what is their shipping information and who to contact for shipping? And so it's been a good exercise to help us prepare. But yeah, I mean, like, and we're not even like absolutely sure what we're gonna give to people, if we're gonna be able to give to everyone. So, but it's like at least the option is there. At least the option is there. And then with my family, it's an ongoing like, are we skipping Christmas this year?
You're still gonna do gifts. You guys are not gonna skip Christmas.
It's more because
you compete.
It is, we compete, but the whole we're not in the same country thing.
First you compete, and then there is the second level of competition, which is the kids for the mom best gift.
The only exception for the gift giving thing is that our nephew,
exactly,
the youngest one,
which is
still
the
gets
new
gifts.
competition. I'm certain.
I already have awesome choices. That's going to be my 12/12. But I have to set up a Lazada Singapore account before the night is over.
You better do it. It's 10.
Yeah. Mamio got chia seeds and sugar-free tea. See, wow, people are getting all these like healthy things. That's awesome, right? So me, psyllium husk to go together. Jed's going to give it to close family as well. Noel is like just buying a cookie noche buena for them. Hey, that's a great gift. And happy birthday.
Yes, Noel, advance happy birthday.
It's your birthday buena. I don't know. It's not your birthday.
And for those wondering, why do you think his name's Noel?
Oh my gosh. So yeah, I don't know. And then like we don't even have like firm holiday plans. Do you guys have holiday plans? Because then there's a lot of like back and forth. Like, do we want to like? I'm sure like we both are going to want to visit family, but do we want to visit family all at the same time? Is it all going to be on Christmas Eve? Is it going to be spaced out like before or after? I don't know. I don't know.
In previous pre-COVID years, it would be visits to family, and then we would then meet up past midnight to head to Obar. Today, it's all up in the air, I guess. So we'll see. We're not even sure if we can have guests. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. It's all weird.
Amos, of course, helpfully shares the fist Noel. Amos is now very quick to fist anything. And yes, I know exactly how that sounds. All right. So Noel, of course, cites Merry Birthday and reminds us that Noel is his nickname. You don't know my full name. I'm sure we can figure that out.
You gave a talk, Noel. Of course I can.
No, it's still use Noel. On that.
Yeah, but, you know, organizers.
And then Andre plans to work on the holidays. Nobody plans to work. You have to work. No. Yeah, and this is my year. Like, we don't have a long break for Christmas. So I'm definitely going to be working through the holidays. I mean, I still get 24 and 25. But then things like the 30th is not a holiday in Singapore. So it's going to be a working day for me. It is what it is. Okay. Wow, Mamio shares, hubby has a 2-week vacation from work and they're going to cook like his special, whoa, I know you meant fried, but then special friend rice is right up there with like fist kissing. Okay.
I'll get rice. Continue.
Coffee slices maybe and his mom's spaghetti sauce. Wow.
Coffee slices?
I'm intrigued by this coffee slices. What does that mean? It's a coffee cake and you will have slices of it? Mitch wants to sleep during the holidays. That's great. I'm no longer rushing reading, so hopefully I will just be in a more relaxed brain space and Toby and I can legitimately play board games and not stress about things.
We haven't played in a month now?
Practically. We haven't played anything major. It's a thing. But what is a coffee slice, Mamiao? Is it a cake? Is it a dessert? Is it a gelatin? I probably can't have it, I'm guessing, because unless there is a carb-free version of coffee slices. Noel, of course, cites that logistics has no holidays. Yes.
That's why it's good money.
It is a steady demand.
Oh, well, share a recipe for the coffee slices.
I'm just intrigued. What does that mean?
Maybe you can.
Is it like a coffee roll?
Maybe whatever the recipe is, whatever the recipe for the cake part is, you can do your pandesal recipe.
Oh my God!
And then add the other stuff to it.
Or like, I mean, there are keto cake recipes, but it needs more than what I have. It's probably going to involve things like xanthan gum and all these other things. Oh my God! It super smells of chocolate. It's a dessert with desiccated coconut and cookies. I think sugar-free cookies can be used. The challenge is keto cookies, which cost like a cake slice each, because it's no sugar and no flour. Toby is eating a fudgy bar. For people who are asking, Jed is asking, "Am I still staying on keto for Christmas?" I always stay on keto. I'm hardcore that way.
And I have been forced to limit my snacking.
Why? Who's forcing you to limit
No,
your
no.
snacking?
I used to
No
just.
one's stopping you.
Yeah, I know.
Like right now.
But I have forced myself to stop. But okay, when was the last snack prior to this one?
Didn't you have another fudgy bar earlier?
No, I haven't eaten it until today.
Oh, okay.
See,
But today is
and that's
an
the same.
exception.
And that's
You're
the
just
same
super
bag.
stressed.
That's the same bag from two months ago.
Hey, don't you start. You had like cereal and you just ran out of milk. Toby has cereal for after dinner as a dessert.
Happened twice.
Noel cooks a mean paella if you guys want something for Christmas. I'm sure Toby would appreciate to try it. I will stare at the paella and smell it. I cannot. Yeah, I don't think there's a legit keto version of paella. The closest rice alternative is shirataki rice, which is gelatinous, or cauliflower rice, but I don't think it's going to like brown the same way a paella should.
Unless,
because
I guess,
the key to a paella is the crust,
yeah.
you know?
Unless you like try to do that with eggs.
A lot of eggs.
Yeah, so.
And it's just an omelette. It's okay. It's okay. This is my life. This is my life. I'm not gonna hit my weight goal for the year. I was hoping to be 70 kilos by the end of the year.
You've been dancing around 73, right?
I'm back up to 75 now.
Oh,
I've been kind of bummed. I'm back floating around 75 kilos this month, and I don't understand why. Because I've been literally eating the same things week after week after week.
But
and
you've been working out.
I don't necessarily think that because even my body fat percentage is like trending closer to 25% again instead of like being below 24. So, it's okay. Euron doesn't know what to have for Noche Buena. I mean, just have food you like. Okay. Let me provide context. I did not grow up with Noche Buena.
Mm-hmm.
It was not, or at least not the way that people celebrate it, right? People talk about Noche Buena like, was this
like it has a ritual to it?
Yeah, that you're only that like all the food is prepared and then technically you don't eat until midnight.
And then there's supposedly 8 round fruits or something like that.
Things like that. Mm-hmm. Okay, we had Christmas dinner in our family, but the kids would all have to go to bed by 9 or 10 because Santa Claus is still coming. So at most, we would have Christmas dinner as a family with some extended family. And then we would do exchanging of gifts on Christmas Eve. But these are the family gifts. And then kids go to sleep. Santa comes in the morning. And then Christmas Day, you eat Christmas dinner leftovers. So I didn't really have like a Noche Buena culture. So to you, Urim, I just say, eat whatever you want. Just eat food that makes you happy. That's good. How do I find out my body fat percentage? I have a scale that helps me determine that.
It's a high-tech scale I can't use.
You can. You are user setting 2.
Okay, no, you fixed it. Because you mentioned prior that you couldn't figure out how to set it
No,
up.
that's the Aria scale. I have 2 scales. I have a Fitbit Aria scale that was a gift for Christmas last year. That does not measure body fat percentage, but it automatically syncs my weight to my Fitbit. Our older scale has the metal plate so that it can determine body fat percentage. So what I do is I weigh myself on the Fitbit Aria to get my weight in kilograms.
After workouts.
And then I jump over to the other scale to get my body fat percentage.
After showers.
Yes. Okay, what's this? Sorry. I hope someone will come this Christmas. Andre, I want to monetize this video. No. I have become Santa. Well, I feel like every parent becomes Santa literally because that's how it works. Sorry, spoilers. Mom Meow, that's also their Christmas dinner thing. So yeah, so I didn't really have like the elaborate Noche Buena thing. So I don't know.
Urim, you have to realize that you can still reinvent Santa. So like when you prepare gifts for your kid because it's from Santa, nothing's stopping you from buying something for yourself and saying, look, Santa got something for me too.
Ho, ho, ho. Okay. On a side note, Jed, thank you for sharing that you weigh 70 kilos. But that's my goal. That was my goal for this year, but it's not my overall goal weight. My goal weight is 65, I think, based on my height. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll get there. Um, and then he clarifies, you have second dinner at midnight after you get home from Christmas Eve Mass. We did not do Christmas Eve Mass. Where we were religious, but not very good Catholics. Kenny, I will flash this one. With the holiday season, is it harder for you to keep gradually healthier and keep working out? I am the only one working out. No, it's the same. It's the same. It's been the same banana week after week after week. Just today, I got my email from Anytime Fitness asking me, was this am I ready for my account to be unfrozen in January, or if I don't if I want to freeze it, I now have to pay $500 per month to freeze it. So I'm weighing: do I freeze it, pay $500, and then I think my contract duration doesn't move, or do I just pay the regular membership fee, not go to the gym, and just throw away $2,500 because at least my contract moves? But I don't know. I'm not comfy about going back to the gym. I really should. I mean, like, I have a lot of body weight exercise that help, but then it would be better to have some of the equipment stuff again. And my Nike app does have options for limited equipment like medicine balls and things, but yeah, it's a thing.
The freezing wasn't a choice, Karen.
No, it was
at the start.
Yeah. Oh well, at the beginning,
freeze everything.
They froze everyone, and then I have
perpetually left it frozen.
I have been emailing. I have been messaging on Facebook. That's the same thing. And then now for the freeze in January, they sent out an email. It links to a Google form. I filled out the form already and said I want to freeze. But then it's gonna start charging $500 a month. Jed says I'm in great shape already. Thank you. I fist kiss you. I still need to lose weight, so I'm still gonna keep going. I am still technically overweight from a BMI perspective, so I still have a fair amount of ways to go. Urim is offering himself as Santa Claus. Okay. And then Mitch shares my fears about ventilation. See, this is my obsession. My biggest paranoia in all of COVID season, that is 2020, is centralized air conditioning. Okay. Recirculated air and centralized air conditioning is what really worries me. That's why dining in at restaurants, working out at the gym, and all these things are what makes me very nervous. Okay. So that's why, and then I'm doing pretty well with my home workouts, as crazy as I look like jogging in the apartment.
Yep.
But it worked. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. And there's now less instances of bumping into things. We're kind of getting used to the stride now of when to keep the doors open.
I have better muscle memory of how far I can jog,
or when I time my movements. It's almost like a video game wherein I watch the boss pattern and then I'm like, okay, I can cross.
because I can do 5 km, when I'm really into it, and then I'll be jogging from the bathroom to the 5 bedroom
km,
to the kitchen and then out, and then Toby will be here at his seat, and then he wants to get water, so he'll stand up, wait for me to run back,
and then
he'll
cross,
go get water,
and then wait
and
again,
then I come.
and then get water. So it's like playing,
it's like a platformer.
Like American Gladiators Home Edition.
I am a thing. Karen wonders. I've always wondered too if they can hear my working out. I think
I think they can, because we have heard people sometimes.
But it's not like I don't hear all movement.
I do feel we have less neighbors than before.
That is also.
I think certain.
Go on, say it.
Certain foreign neighbors.
Maybe Chinese
have left.
So we want to say they're Chinese.
No, because even the units around us, there's fewer now that we hear.
I will flash this comment to immortalize. Mitch says, Toby Frogger Home Edition. Yes, it's exactly that. That's like me.
So yeah, but we have heard neighbors sometimes also working out, or in one case, I think there was a couple having sex at one point, and we
But
could
that
hear
was
them.
through the window outside. Like you can hear them like.
No, we could also hear the thumping against
Oh
the
yeah,
stone.
against the wall. Okay, but yeah, I mean like it's not as bad as like one of my sister's places in Singapore. The upstairs
Same shape.
neighbors. I know Dad drops his weights, and so you can really hear the. Oh my God! Please, even if you have a mat, you can hear that stuff.
Yeah,
So-
she should She should prepare a container with like silverware or something, and then the moment she hears it, she drops it. So there's that, and then the neighbor will suddenly.
No, but the
realize.
problem is the neighbor's actually kind of nice, so like they really call it out.
Are the organic using neighbors still there? We haven't.
We haven't
them in a
smelled
while.
evidence of them being organic. But
However, we have noticed certain neighbors now go to the fire exit.
yeah, there's a lot of
So-
fire exit traffic.
Now,
Going
the fire
on.
exit does have more ventilation, so it might be the same group.
But I don't smell organics, and I go out like to get the.
yeah, but the fire exit, it doesn't really
No, but
seep in.
but some of it should still linger because they always have to prop it open with like a slipper. Because if not,
They
they
use
get
a ball
locked
pen
into
now.
It's a ball pen.
Yeah, and
It's gotten smaller
I
and
was
smaller.
so tempted to one time open and then close it and just let them panic. But no.
There is that general worry, like there's so many people outside now. I mean, like every time I see people take videos of like
We
high
see
street,
traffic outside.
there's traffic, there's cars at all hours of the night, and I know the curfew window in Taguig is like shrinking every few weeks. Like currently it's 12 to 4. Starting the
Mm.
14th, it's 12 to 3.
In some ways, I am happy that the building is still kind of strict about visitors. It at least tells you we have a managed entry point as far as people in the building.
And then I think we've only ever had like one suspected
Yeah.
case ever. At
And
least that the building
we've
told
never
everybody about.
We've never had more information or new updates beyond that. And then our security is makulit about the device up front,
Mm.
to the point that even delivery people aren't allowed in anymore.
Well, for most of quarantine, they haven't been allowed
Yeah.
in. They really have. There's a log sheet outside, a little table.
But not even up front anymore. They're now forced to stay by the trash bins, and then only the ones who are claiming go close.
Yeah.
So
There's a whole system. The best is whenever Lazada arrives and it's like they set up in the tent and it's
Okay.
all sprawled out. She has like a stroller,
Mhm.
backpacks, whatever, and then. But amazingly, every time it's like, I'll be coming over and like, Suniko, and then really,
she'll be looking.
here.
So it's like a change.
Yeah,
setup.
but it's all just generic Lazada
Yeah.
bags and boxes. Or there was the funniest time was one time I went up and like packet for Suniko, and then it's like wala pa. Then she points to the person beside her who is another Lazada
Setting
person setting up another set of deliveries.
And then even the guards at the gate. So I do groceries, and then when I drive back, and this is in a car, they'll stop me at the gate. So I have to roll up the window, and then they scan temperature. And then they always ask, saan po kayo? Which I realize because the mask and all. But I kind of would like to think they should have kept track of the plate numbers
Yeah,
of
by
people
now.
who are residents.
We've been living here for a few years.
I
so-
always mention, resident po. Anong unit? Then I'll give the unit number. And then the guy will just stare at me. And I'm like just staring at him, waiting for what? What's going to happen? So yeah, that's been
a
happening.
lot of people are trying to clarify what do you mean by organics, and all I will say is don't panic. It's organic. That stuff. Okay.
Yeah. It's the stuff we can't say on air because the people in the building.
They might hear us. Or maybe they already hear us because they're too organic. Okay, so wow.
It's oregano.
No, don't insult oregano. That has legit value and an interesting flavor profile. Okay.
Mamiao shares here in the condo, some people still smoke in the balconies despite the house rules. Oh my gosh, I have had so many instances of yelling out the window because thrown cigarettes fall into the unit. And at one point, I even called the guard. So the guard would see that there was a cigarette I had to kill on the floor. And then I told them, hanapin niyo kung sino yan.
Which is like any number of the floors
Yeah,
above us.
But I guess I just wanted to stress, we're tired of being, the ones receiving it. And I will admit there was a point in time I was also smoking. I haven't smoked since the lockdown. The fact that some people just willingly choose to smoke, and then when they throw their cigarettes over, it gets pulled back in because of the wind.
I concede because Mamiao does share that they have at least they have a smoking area. Our smoking area has been shut down.
Yeah.
All throughout lockdown. So I mean it is a challenge. It is a challenge. I know they're gonna have to go out further
And
to smoke.
And this is BGC.
Yes, which is already difficult to smoke in.
Which does not have what's this, legal smoking areas. That's the biggest complaint.
No, technically there are, but then they're like random and hard to find.
Yeah, I think there's only like 2 in the entire BGC area.
Yeah. Karen's like saying the surrender guards are more familiar. Maybe not now. They haven't seen us in a while.
Yeah.
I mean, we used to see them every month, and then they would still forget us half the time.
The guards don't remember us. The front desk does.
Front desk remembers us. They would when they radio it, then they'll remember.
Because the guards always have the ano ulit pangalan, and then afterwards, alam niyo na kung saan, and then afterwards, so alam niyo na kung saan.
Oh my God, Kenny's like he forgets that you smoke, but then he says that we are smoking hot. Wink, wink. Wow, Kenny, thank you.
You can be our Santa Claus. So, what else?
How does that connect?
I don't know. Just felt like something.
He's a very skinny Santa, and then I don't know if he can give gifts. No.
Shame.
Hey, I have high standards for gifts. No, I'm kidding. Okay.
Rocky just threw.
No, I was like, and they removed it. But yeah, the smoking areas in BGC are a mystery, right?
Yeah, the only ones I know officially of.
The parking lot beside the Mine Museum.
Yes. And then beyond that,
the one near the Forum near Maybank Performing Arts Center.
Yes.
The going to the middle of nowhere to smoke.
Yes. And then beyond those 2, everything else is illegal.
Yeah, it's a mess, guys.
In fact, the stipulation was that buildings should provide a smoking area.
Didn't
happen.
Yeah, it was just easier not to.
That helped me quit. So,
well, because to be fair, the main place where Toby was smoking was like bar.
And then occasionally game nights, I'd smoke with some friends at the smoking area. But
oh my God, it was like wala ni sa Maybank, wala na. You say this with pain, Noel. Kenny was like the one beside Globe Tower. I don't remember that.
Yeah,
one.
That's the one between the buildings. Globe Tower was near.
Okay. I guess that's sort of, but
the one near McDonald's.
But it's hard to say because I don't.
Yeah, the island near McDonald's.
Don't always see people. Then again, there's just not a lot of people out. Before, because you'd see so many because of the offices. But then with most of the offices working from home. Bleh.
Yeah, but everything else is illegal, and then some restaurants or the hotel allows they do have a smoking area, so that works. But it's not like you can go.
The hotel? Do you mean the Shangri-La? The hotel. Okay. I mean, to be fair, it could be Seda, it could be Hilton up near Uptown, but man, when was the last time we went to Uptown? We do not get out, guys. We do not get out at all. The farthest I go is Mercury Drug near St. Luke's when I do refills for my parents, but that's about it. Is vaping banned in condos too?
Yes.
Technically, yes, but I think that's easier to get away with because at least it's not as noxious.
But officially, yes.
But technically, yeah. At least for ours. I don't know about the others. So it really depends.
Because you have to keep in mind, even if the residents are fine with it, unless they're the unit owners.
Yeah, because like we don't own this unit. We're just renting.
And they still would not want to have anything that may possibly leave stents or stains.
Is anyone else drinking? Are you drinking? What are you drinking? Tell me what you're drinking.
Noel shares, magastos magyosi now. I have to find restos to order pa to smoke, even in Ortigas. Yeah, it's all been nerfed to a large degree.
Nerfed!
And I guess it's fine. I don't actually find myself looking for it anymore. I know I still will once, let's say it's at Ubar again and we're drinking and with friends because it's a
It's a social thing.
Yeah, it's a social ritual you've gotten used
Yeah.
to. But
Plus all the tea spilled at the smoking area. That's
Yeah.
like the best place to talk about
but
things.
admittedly, I actually don't have any of the pangs or cravings anymore.
All right. So from a drinks perspective, Urim has C2, Andre has water, Mamiho drank iced tea. Salute. Farthest that Mitch has gone out is BGC, been bought to buy Rico's lechon. Oh wow.
Hmm.
Wow. And Noel's like Jack iced tea, so I guess a Long Island. Suitable enough. Mitch had soju earlier.
And she wants to scent well tonight? I guess sleep well.
Sleep well. Okay.
I guess the soju's working.
Fisky stew. Oh my god, Mamio missed fist kiss. You weren't here that that epic night
Okay,
of the fist kiss.
how does one explain fist kiss?
Nikki is adorable, and we
were typing milestones.
Yes,
We were asking people to share milestones in their life, both positive and negative. And of all the things that were coming in, Nick at one point typed
fist kiss, and he just left it at that. And then like I was wondering if you would correct it because people have been notorious for like editing their posts. But yeah.
And it now seems to be a cool term.
It's super stuck because I flashed it on the screen and like fist kiss.
And I now want to release a shirt for that.
Okay. Karen's on water for new meds. No worries. Jed is Bacardi Sprite Zero. Hey, that sounds like a party because it's Bacardi.
You can't party without Bacardi.
Okay. Amos drank yesterday. It is drinking water now. Hey, that's fine.
And Noel adds,
We'll now switch to Heineken. Wink,
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 Jed.
Jed.
Hey, I will also wink, wink, Jed. Wink, wink, Jed.
yeah, we will wink, wink, Jed.
Wink,
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 wink, Jed.
Wink, wink, wink. This is like a Yoshi wink.
Yeah, or like, Jed, look, we're wearing the bracelet.
Well, we were.
No, we're wearing the bracelet.
Oh, God. No, we're not.
I'm the only one? No. Just
No,
kidding.
you didn't. No, you didn't. Okay, Kenny has work and can't. So really, wow. Okay, again, see, this is like things you flash because it gets recorded in the video. I'm gonna work for the rest of the night, so I really should drink. I guess you should. That is a work culture for some. You know, drinking is important. Oh, fist kiss from Jed. Yay, mwah, fist kiss, Jed. And then there's the COVID, relationship one, which is
Mwah.
mwah. Ayan, tuloy si Jed, show me. Ikaw muna.
Sige, mamaya private call.
Oh my God.
We can trade cell phone images.
Wow. Guys, this show with no actual topic has still been going on for a while. What else you guys want to talk about? What do you want to talk about? Is there anything else you want to talk about? Or are we all just, we're all just here? But isn't this nice? Isn't this sort of nice? It's not the same. I mean, we'd probably be better for a call, but then now this is a video that I can like get residual income from over an extended period of time because monetization.
One can hope.
Sets on the dollar.
It's very intimidating, when you look at YouTube and you see other videos like posted 3 days ago, 14,000 views.
Right? And then like some vlog of some dude like imitating some comedy routine. And then like, oh, okay, that's a thing you can do. Flash fact, if I keep seeing the same like TikTok person on my feed repeatedly, I tend to mute it. I get tired of local TikTok creators. Ings is concerned that he put too much soju in his strawberry milk. Then I guess you're forever gonna balance and like maybe put more milk to catch up with the
Or you could be terrible, Ings. Pour it into a second glass, so you now have half, and then add ice cubes.
And then you can like double pump. Okay.
Double pump? Double pump?
I don't know. It's the first thing I thought.
What's that, like double fist kiss?
Double fist kiss. Kenny, monetizing your friends. Exactly. Because that's what friendship's for. Mitch is completing her Duolingo. It was such a commitment. I want to skip it.
For those who are still thinking of a good Christmas gift to other people, because we already have it, The Mars Revelo Darna game for 150. They're selling it now.
Oh, and it's like a charity thing.
For every purchase, they will donate 10 water purifying tablets. So that's a good way to help out and still have a cheap, awesome game gift for people you love.
Inks may be on Kumu posing as Jesus doing an AMA. That's a thing you can do.
Enjoy Kumu.
Yeah. What are other people called? Just by Bailey's. Soju yogurt, add Sprite, cider, tonic water.
Yeah,
whoa.
Bailey's.
Okay. Inks like I've never had two at the same time before. Well, I'm sure you can handle it.
So Inks, despite looking like Jesus, you've never been nailed. Moving on.
Oh yeah, so Noel was thankful for the reminder. We'll buy. All right, congratulations. But yeah, the Darna game is super fun. Super, super fun. Yeah, it's a good gift.
Man, it's already mid-December.
Yes, it is. And then like, see, this is that point where like, well, okay, to be fair, if this were Obar, it's obviously way too early. It's 10 o'clock. But let's say the show started when we normally arrive at Obar, which is around midnight. So that means it's about 1 now, and we'd be waiting for the ledge dancers to wrap up. Because when they stop dancing, it's time for the drag show. And
with that signature intro music.
Yeah, which actually, that signature intro music changes depending on the night.
Mm-hmm.
Noel needs a haircut and a recolor. We've been talking about getting a haircut. We're probably just gonna trim tomorrow because again, our Saturday is super free. So haircut sounds like a good idea. Well, it's generally free, except I have to do a work thing in the afternoon. My sister has like blocked off time.
So it's not gonna be free.
It's not that free.
Because the rest of the day you're gonna do your dailies and your routines. So with your sister,
my evening's free.
You're gonna do an episode.
So what are you trying to say? Are you pinning the no games on me or something?
No.
What is this an attack? I feel so attacked right now.
No, that's later.
I feel attacked all the time. Okay, so
no, I don't attack all the time. I'm behaved most of the time.
Ings is kind of bummed about this season. First time to not spend it with family, but then that quickly shifts to oh god, the ledge dancers. The party is just about to start. Yeah, that's how it works. And then, I mean, like I can visit my mom and dad. At least they're just down the street. That's fine. But it's weird, like the whole like when I visit now, my mom has her mask on the whole time. Then I feel obligated also that I have a mask on the whole time. Then it's really like, what are we doing?
Yeah,
but it's prudent. It's prudent, right?
Especially considering specifics, asthma, and it's better to.
I mean, at bare minimum is that she is at the age where she's not allowed out of the house. So. Yeah, so it's gonna be a funny Christmas, and then we just talk about all the things we could do, and Christmas is not the same without like my sister and family also being here, or all of us being in the same country.
Yes,
so that's it's a thing. It's a thing.
Noel, you could always use toothpaste
for platinum hair. I don't think that's a thing.
It's a theater thing.
I don't think
if you want to make your hair bright gray.
That's a lot of toothpaste.
Yep. It's cheaper than bleach.
What if it's like the tricolor toothpaste? Like with the mouthwash?
Then you're a cool old dude.
And then I am not flexing, Kenny. I'm just moving. Okay, so I deny this accusation.
The Rocky doesn't have to flex anymore.
No. I flex all the time.
Yeah, but
in the morning in the mirror, and then I feel bad.
Look at the shoulders.
It's a big. All my shirts are super big. Old Navy has been messaging me all day. Like, there's a sale. There's free delivery.
You know you have to go
if
get.
I do a Viber. No, but I don't feel like buying until we're actually going out. Because what's the point? What's the point of buying clothes, guys?
More couple shirts for the show.
But even then,
and we can
because look at this.
and
Look
we
at
can
it's
start.
so it's
Yeah,
so big.
exactly. And come on, we've had these shirts for practically 10 years.
Okay, this is not a 10-year shirt.
You're
exaggerating.
Okay, this one's around what, 7? It's
At least your hair will be minty fresh after. Oh my god.
the Isganda.
It's the old Navy stuff. It's like, I mean, because like most of my stuff is Old Navy, and then like, this is an Old Navy shirt. But yeah, I think I can push. But then again, like I mean, I'm comfortably an Old Navy medium. I'm probably a large in all other stores. I don't know, and I don't understand this. If you buy it on Viber, how do you buy on Viber? I feel old when they tell me these things.
Yeah, supposedly Viber has been used by many.
I understand social commerce is a thing. I attended the Facebook summit in Singapore the other year, and that was the big discussion: the rise of social commerce, transactions made over Messenger and WhatsApp and the like, and hence the pushing of Instagram shops and Instagram shopping and Facebook shops to push e-commerce goals on a social media platform. But I'm still not a person who likes to buy things over chat.
And it's always scary to just trust a written size and not be able to wear it and test it.
Clothes is definitely one of those things. Like I feel like I'd rather buy in person. But then I think it's not like we can use fitting rooms though, right? I think fitting rooms aren't allowed or something.
I think they are.
Under
just not more than one person at a time.
I don't know. I haven't considered shopping. So
yeah. Mitch has got my Old Navy SMS.
See, same thing. We all got these. It's like the SMS and the Viber message because you've been added to the Old Navy Viber group. I'm gonna keep doing this. I don't know why. Okay.
Not a new thing.
Oh, fitting rooms are allowed now. Thank you, Karen. I was not sure. See, this is how long it's been. There was one time I went to High Street. This is like several months ago. Earlier, like probably early GCQ. Isn't it funny we can say things like that? Early GCQ days. It's like early Mesozoic.
Back when Duterte didn't realize testing was important.
Oh yes. So I went for errands along High Street, and then I like decided to go into Old Navy, and then I just got sad because one, I didn't really want to buy anything because I'm trying not to buy new clothes until like I'll need new clothes and hopefully lose more weight before that period. But two is because
you normally
I buy clothes for my nephew at Old Navy, and then it's like I just want to look at, and then the kiddie clothes are on sale, and I'm like, and I don't know when I'm gonna see him again. He's so big now,
and they grow so fast.
Exactly.
Something you buy in a month, they might not be able to wear anymore in 3.
Oh my god! And I see him like in the same high chairs that they've had, and I compare it to old pictures, and like, wow, he's super long now. So, and so I'm at a point where I can already think about getting him Duplo. Isn't that exciting? It's like the progression of toys. The gifting challenge increases. We're doing Duplo. I'm doing Duplo this year. That's my plan. That's my Lazada 12/12 plan is to buy a Duplo in Singapore and send it.
It has to be the Duplo with the animals.
Of course.
Especially a monkey.
Possibly. Hiya. Okay. What else, folks? What else is interesting? Couple of movies on Netflix that I definitely want to pay attention to. I'm figuring out time to watch Kalel 15. I know that's going to be heavy. And then on the total opposite end of the spectrum, there's the Panty Sisters, which I know is going to be terribly stupid, especially after yesterday's episode about LGBT movies. I don't know if it's going to be stupid fun. At the moment, it looks stupid, but
Okay.
we'll still watch it because why not? Let's see.
Mhm.
Let's see how that goes. Um, we watched Adventure Time Distant Lands BMO
Mhm.
episode. That was
Surprisingly, it took me a while to get into it.
cute.
The first few parts were fine, but then the latter part got me interested.
Mm, mm. It doesn't. It definitely doesn't feel like Adventure Time. Adventure Time.
Yeah,
But it was okay.
it definitely feels like a spin-off.
Yeah.
Infinity Train, we enjoyed the first two
Oh,
seasons.
we've watched the first season of Infinity Train. That was cool.
Yeah,
That was cool.
pretty good.
We have to get around to the third season.
Mandalorian has been the gift that keeps on giving.
Yes. Oh, wait, guys.
What?
We watched Cats last night.
Oh! Okay. So
My expectations were already like somewhere here. We knew that the press was bad around that movie.
So
Let's discuss
yeah, Cats.
choices. So many choices.
Cats is the movie about monkeys, right?
I swear that opening sequence when they're like crawling in and with their tails really high, they look more like monkeys.
Because the anatomy is all wrong, and since they're not obvious costumes that are exaggerated cats, then they fall under the uncanny valley that you want them to look closer to what they're supposed to be.
And then I was telling Toby, I felt like the face tracking, because like they had fairly human faces, right? And then like I felt like the face tracking was like always catching up to the movements. So it looked wrong.
I think it was
Wronger.
I think it was more an illusion because the faces were always in focus.
That's true though, because that was mocap.
Yes, and mocap plus they added furry bodies and all this and that. So it wasn't all completely digital bodies, but they still had really good lighting, so you could see the features, which results in a very. It's the movie about monkeys, right?
Okay, and I see about people like. To be fair, I'm also like someone who's like, I'm not exact. Cats is not my favorite musical. I don't quite get it. And the stage musical as presented, because it was really just these random songs about cats. It was not a coherent narrative.
It was based on a book of poems.
Yes, exactly.
It wasn't meant to be a narrative. It was different poems by
that person.
Eliot.
So
Thomas
the
Eliot.
movie definitely tried to like pull things together into
by adding a
narrative, and and then there was like a general flow as to how things were going, but choices abound. I mean,
I will never understand why, for all the CG they did not bother to make the faces look more like cats.
And then I felt like, I mean, if anyone has seen Cats, then you the stage play Cats, whether it's just images or stuff. The sort of lead cat, the gray one, I always forget the names because the names are ridiculous. But that lead cat, he had a very regal, distinct look to him in the stage plays. That face makeup and the little extension to the side, absolutely beautiful. But in the movie, you couldn't quite tell some of the cats apart. And then the lead cat, the narrator cat, didn't look that notable.
The only cats who wore clothes were distinct personalities, and then even then
what are the rules? Why do they have clothes?
And they made sure to throw off the clothes at some point in time during the song. So
yes,
suddenly,
that Macavity.
Suddenly they're all monkeys
again. Macavity, and that was Idris Elba. What the choice? And then the magic cat. What's the magic cat again? I can't remember. Mephistopheles. So he felt like more of a lead than the gray cat, right? So what?
Jed shares, Titus said Cats is a musical where no one really knows what's going on. Actors just go along and make things up. In some ways, it seems like that.
But that's Kimmy Schmidt.
Yeah, but in terms of the narrative, there really is a flow to the narrative. It's just not a coherent chronological story
Mm.
because it is all these different poems about why cats are named this way or what cats can do. But then you have the dancing roaches.
And the mice kids who were scaled so that they could swallow them.
And then you have the off-camera dog. Thank God we did not see what the dog would look like. As the cats were playing with the jewelry, which were obviously human jewelry given how they were oversized and the like.
I will flash this comment that the basic narrative of cats, we gather here tonight to choose among us dies. Yes! That is the narrative of cats as a stage play.
And officially, that's what happens because that was their concept of heaven,
Mm-mm.
wherein they will have a new life.
Yeah, so I mean, like we knew it wasn't going to be great, but then we figured we'd watch it. Plus, it's me trying to get mileage out of our HBO Asia subscription this month. I like to rotate our different streaming services to make sure that I do something for each. It's the WoW Plus that hasn't moved in a while. We have to watch Drag Race Holland, I guess. Yeah, no, it's like they got a powerhouse cast. Okay, I love Dame Judi Dench, and she is more normally Grisabella, but then here they made her
Play the male
Deuteronomy,
role. Mhm.
which is like could be an interesting gender switch. Then you realize old Deuteronomy poses a lot. This is a lot of like, oh, welcome,
Because
my
it was
cats.
very church singer sort
Yeah.
of feel. Hence the name. Then the play, the musical, had the fourth wall breaking moment, wherein the cats noticed the human audience,
Yes.
which is why the songs were explaining things.
Yeah, yeah.
Cats named themselves this
And,
way, blah,
and,
blah,
and
blah.
a lot
because-
of the addressing the stage
Yeah.
moments, like
Now, the movie has none of that.
instead we have Jason Derulo.
And you have the cats confronting the new cat, but not really confronting the new cat because they're touring the new cat. So what is it really? And then you have the weird scaling motions wherein they try to make things in scale to cats and humans. But then since the cats are human bodies in proportion, they have to change things. So like in that scene in the kitchen,
Oh my god! Like, see,
the
the
canned
worst.
goods were wrongly sized compared to the rest of the kitchen. in
Yeah,
order
the
to
worst
work.
scene of them all in terms of complexity was that kitchen sequence because that's the mice, the rats, the scale issues all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Rebel Wilson being weird. Whoop, Mitch is saying the soju's kicking in. Thank you. Good night, Mitch.
Good night, Mitch.
My God. My God.
And I really wanted to like it, to be honest.
We
I
tried to keep an open mind.
I really wanted,
Like maybe it's not that terrible. Maybe it's a way to get cats out to a wider audience.
or maybe it's really meant to be surreal.
Oh yeah, maybe it's just ridiculous. Maybe it's
Yeah.
farcical.
But no, it didn't even get there. And then, so there's the magic portion,
Which wasn't that magical.
which was some sort of teleportation.
But that's
That-
always been the magic
yeah.
trick.
But the way they portrayed it in the movie was super. I have powers to teleport people against their will.
Oh,
and,
the McCavity magic, I
and-
mean.
and you had all these attempts to. It just seemed.
But yeah, McCavity without his coat. What the hell, Idris Elba? He was just very furry, shiny, smooth.
With no gonads.
Yeah.
Not even a hint. And I heard online there was a petition to bring back the butts
What?
because there was supposedly a
There were
version
cat butts?
that had cat butts and they deleted them out.
Cat butt. Cat butt. Did they really have cat butts? That's a reference. Come on, kids. Where's that from? Okay.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
so that was like a funny thing. Okay, more maybe better is that we can mention that we did finish Lovecraft Country.
release the butthole cut.
Okay, we finished Lovecraft Country.
Mm-hmm.
County. But that was interesting. That wasn't what I expected to be. I thought it'd be a lot scarier.
Mm-hmm.
It was interesting.
It was definitely an interesting take on what was formerly seen as the Lovecraftian stories with their horror um, over the topness, human life is insignificant, and the predominance of racial tensions and othering.
Yeah, I mean, like
but then with a perspective of a very different perspective from normal.
yeah, I guess the biggest like challenge of getting into Cthulhu stuff is that, I mean, like, Lovecraft is quite the racist, and then often the Cthulhu stories are very white. So this one, they made it as black as possible. So, but it works. It works. Like, it's very thoughtful because, but it gets a little like, dare I say, Tales from the Crypt Keeper level of campy sometimes. I mean, it's not a bad thing. It just not what I expected. I thought it could be like a bit more serious horror at the beginning, and it wasn't, and therefore I could handle it. So I still have to get around to like watching The Haunting of Blah Blah Houses. Um, I'm like committed to try to see it, and like even like Get Out. I haven't watched Get Out, so um, but for people who watch the show regularly, I'm not great with horror, so I will try to get around to it and keep my mind open and not cause Toby a limb through fear and the like, because I do grip quite tightly when I'm stressed watching horror suspense stuff. But yeah, Lovecraft's great. It's a pretty compelling show.
Yeah. It was definitely entertaining, but it ultimately for me felt like a role playing game. Only because you have this group of characters who are family and slightly extended.
Mm-mm.
But for some reason, everything happens to them.
Yeah, because they're player characters, guys. They're player characters.
To the point that the guy who eventually is a core element in the narrative goes to war and happens to be the one who will connect with another supernatural moment out of everyone, well, out of the 99 other people that person connected with. So there was that, okay, so I guess you're that special that no matter where you go, things will work out in a certain way because you're the one.
Are you a Jellicle cat in truth?
So
Is that why?
Yeah, so that was where I kind of felt like it might have been better if it were either an anthology series wherein it's different people and different facets of the story. And then maybe they all come together in the end.
Come together.
Because even then you have the sister of the girl who then becomes the target of the other cultist. But it's not necessarily because she knows him.
Yeah.
She just happens to choose her. So like, really? Yeah.
Oh.
But overall, it was still fun.
First, Kenny's like, would we do a second take on a topic you've already covered? I think it's possible. It depends on the topic, I guess. It depends on the topic, and to see if there's something new that we can add to the discussion. Because I mean, like, to be fair, we have the quarantine check-ins, which happen regularly. We had like the what are we playing for a while, and what are we watching. I wouldn't
mind touching on topics again, just so that there's a fresh new take on it.
Yeah, and then, but I think to change that discussion, it would be nice to have guests or something, or I don't know. Or by now, to be fair, we have a more active audience now than we did like during the first 10, 20 episodes. So that's something. Ing shares this immortal phrase would now be genital cats. Are you a genital cat? That does fit more in the Cthulhu world. I will be back.
So what else? Been hoping to watch Tenet. Not sure if it's ever going to hit this country anytime soon, but given I am a fan of Chris Nolan movies, I'm really hoping to see it. I keep avoiding all these videos about it or dissections of its concepts and themes in YouTube. I just don't want to spoil myself. Finally dove in as well and got myself a copy of a game I've been wanting to play for quite some time, and that's Death Stranding. It's a good game. Mileage will vary for people who may or may not like slow burn stories, but it's definitely hitting me in the right way, similar to how Silent Hill did in the past. But this is now more Silent Hill meets Metal Gear Solid, so that's pretty cool. Tenet isn't out yet. I know it was shown in some theaters abroad. I think there was a Middle East screening, if I remember a client telling me that they were hoping to get tickets for it.
And there were some American screenings.
Yeah,
right?
but there hasn't been an official release in this area, so no word on Tenet yet here. As to Death Stranding, it turns out my NVIDIA driver was not updated despite the fact I was pressing the button to make it update. So thanks to a friend who gave me some ideas on how to go through manual updating, I manually updated Windows. What's the other one called?
NVIDIA Experience?
No, the other one. Drive.
DirectX.
And the NVIDIA Experience. So after manually hunting down the upgrades for each one, I manually updated them. And
so yes, Toby is now proudly in the transportation industry as Norman Reedus.
And it's funny what weapons are in that game. I don't want to spoil it. I've been able to avoid most of the major spoilers, and excuse me, I'm burping.
Burp!
I dove into the game with as little information as I can as possible, and I am really enjoying it. So I hope you guys check it out if you do choose to try it. Cyberpunk 2077 can wait, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, given how long Toby waited for Death Stranding, he's gonna be playing this for a while.
What else? There's talk of a upcoming Final Fantasy game, but I don't really know the details about it yet.
Ing just asking, is there a crossbow at least?
In
Death Stranding.
Not yet, as far as where I've reached.
But he's just really delivering stuff. It's so funny. It's Toby delivering packages.
And if you die, you leave a crater. That's all I'm gonna say. So you don't want to die. What else? Book-wise, still reading The Eight, which I realize now is quite, I guess, ironic because it seems to be connected to chess.
Toby's been playing chess.
It was a Dan Brownish type of story. But now I'm realizing...
Jay spoils and says there's no crossbow.
That's fine. I'm already happy with what weapons exist. And it's interesting how much more they show as you shower more often.
I think I overheard this. Yeah.
What else? Yeah, I've been reading The Eight. I've been reading Wildstorm, which was the Warren Ellis revamp on the Wildstorm series, which approaches things with a much more not X-Files, fringe type of feel. Still reading Legion. That's me. Role-playing games. Been reading up an upcoming Powered by the Apocalypse game system that I'm hoping to learn more about and hopefully someday run. It's inspired by Legend of...
It's basically an Avatar game.
Yeah, it's an Avatar game called Legend of the Elements. Sorry, I got confused when I saw the title.
You want to say Legend of the Wulin? Yeah. Which Weapons of the Gods?
I was about to say Legend of Korra, but I read Legend of the Elements. And suddenly my brain was like, see, that's not the title. So I'm like, wait, what's the title? But yeah, you play different elemental bending characters, and it basically uses 2 6-sided dice. So
exciting! It's going to be a one-shot.
And then there's a Dune role-playing game that we were part of the playtest. At least we got the documents.
But we're very confused by the announced releases for the game.
And it's okay. The price point is like $100 to get into the game.
Yeah.
And that's huge.
That's a lot for a role-playing game.
The only other game that had a similar price point for the initial attempt to enjoy the game was Invisible Sun. Which, when it had the Kickstarter, everyone was like, "Ooh, Invisible Sun, innovative, blah 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 blah." we don't know anything about it now, so I guess it didn't click as much.
Because it's $100 to get into the game.
300 plus if you choose to get the full Kickstarter block and all that. So Dune is going for at least 100 plus for the base set, and then even more for the collector's edition.
And the collector's edition is like, hey, you want multiple copies of the base set, but with different covers?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
So it's
although I kind of want Dune dice. But they're just yellowy dice.
No, there was the green, there was the bluish one, the melange dice.
Oh, I haven't seen the melange. I only saw the sand dice. Mm-hmm. But then it's just a box of like 5 D20s.
The melange dice was this shiny blue dice with the symbol for one of the numbers, of course.
Okay, I'd be into that. I'd be kind of into that. that I might consider. But we can wait for it to like be on sale on like Miniature Market like later on. It's not a rush. It's not a rush.
So it's supposed to mimic the eyes.
You know me, I'm all for shiny blue dice. It's like my main D10s, guys.
See there.
Not look. If they're translucent, I'm kind of invested. So yeah.
Bring down the brightness. Ah. Okay, that was my thumb. But it had that symbol.
See, my first dice set. It's like translucent blue.
So yeah, so the Arrakis Melange dice, they go for £15.
Euro pricing.
Yeah, and they're 5 20-sided dice.
That's it.
It's silver and blue. And they have the symbol of the Shai Hulud.
What? That's not an official thing.
Well, it is now.
In the
See,
movie.
it's that worm.
But it looks like an alien larvae.
Maybe it's the same thing. It's just that people in Arrakis are small.
But Karen, I am glad that you are enjoying Dune. Again, it's like, but just stick to the core 6 books. If you decide to go beyond the core 6 books, that's all just fan fiction. No, I'm kidding.
Mm-hmm.
It's a different flavor.
Still worry about the movie. Still really hoping it will catch us off guard.
Oh my god! Today in Dune news, I don't think you probably have. I shared it, but you probably haven't tried to read it.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Go.
Denis Villeneuve. Oh my god! Super. It's not just a quote, like he said in passing. It's a full like op-ed. Complaining about Warner Brothers' decision to co-release Dune on HBO Max, and how this is not what the movie was designed to be. It's a theatrical
which I understand, because a TV screen and a movie screen are two very different things.
Yeah, just down, not even just beyond resolution and all that, but even sound quality and setup.
And that is why Cloverfield, in as much as I would like to love that movie, because part of me really wants to love it, failed. Because you can't do shaky cam on a movie screen.
It gets
But to do the great cityscapes with the monster, that works on the big screen. But to do a lot of handheld shakiness, come on, we know Blair Witch was already hard for many people to watch, and you're gonna do that for a monster flick?
Yeah, that was a choice. So I get it. I mean, his concerns are valid, but to really to take a public platform and complain about your studio.
Yeah, I guess he really was hurt by it. It probably means one thing.
He wasn't consulted.
Yes, he wasn't consulted.
It was
because productions are the babies of the people who work on them.
But as long as you're working with the studio, then you don't really have control over distribution.
So if we have fist kiss, are you not doing fist roll?
That looks wrong.
I know.
That looks like let.
But you were doing that earlier.
It's my dice. It's my dice. I love my dice. It's a very weathered little bag it came in.
Weather.
What?
Yes. Cloverfield did make a lot of people nauseated. Because it just was in I guess an attempt to make it feel more real.
It felt too real.
And it was sad because the movie did have good ideas and it did have an interesting narrative. Um, so
Sure, it's so big.
I'm very sad that it wasn't.
So big.
Noel says second Heineken na. Jed,
Jed,
hint, hint, wink, wink.
What's going on between you two? Is there something we should know? Do we want to watch?
Yeah, Jed. Yeah, I had a dozen Heinekens. Why didn't I get any wink, wink, hint, hint?
My shirt's so big. I can't get over how big the shirt is now.
You can take it off.
No. Not that kind of a show. No.
And that's all the time.
Okay. Can we have anniversary Baduy Pride podcast party, please?
I think,
Okay, that's interesting.
I think if there is no official celebration, we will have to have our own celebration.
But that means like next week or something. I mean, because like technically the anniversary is around the 15th.
If there's no official celebration announced, then I think we'll have to do our own missing Obar episode, and we'll just invite Mon and Rupert to join us.
Okay. So who is on our panel? So Jed, kasama ka na dyan, eh. So and then we'll see Mon and Rupert. I can only invite 5 people in the current setups unless I upgrade to premium for a month or something.
So Mon and Rupert's one, Jed, Noel.
They may still dial from separate computers, but yes, hopefully Mon and Rupert is one computer.
And then maybe we can try to get
Amos, not that kind of a show yet. Amos, how dare you? Young man. Don't be like that. Okay.
And then maybe we can ask one of the queens to join us.
Yun nga, diba? Para, okay, Noel saying, actually, dapat anniversary na tomorrow. I mean, right? It should be like this weekend. This would have been the weekend of celebrating the anniversary. And then there would be like the big party maybe on Saturday. But then we would all have to come back to Obar on the Sunday for an early evening party and ask ourselves, what are we doing here on a Sunday? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. The rest of the show will now be me singing the Chipmunk Christmas song.
Oh, there's a Chipmunks movie.
A new one?
Didn't I send you the link?
I didn't see.
With the 2 comedians.
Oh, Rescue Rangers.
Rescue Rangers.
You posted it. That's
Rescue Rangers.
Technically, they are chipmunks, but they are not.
Chip and Dale.
They're not the chipmunks,
aren't they? Wasn't it Chip and Dale for their names? Wasn't it in the link? Did I misread it?
They're chipmunks, but they're not the chipmunks. When I say chipmunks,
okay.
You're talking Alvin, Simon, Theodore, do. I am a child of the 80s. Drag brunch outdoor outside Obar, but that's a street, Jed. that's a roadway. But these are ideas. Hey, don't tell me. Tell Mon, Rupert, and JR or Anita, whoever you prefer. Our Chip and Dale's group of stripper. I was going to say, but that's a different Chip and Dale.
Kenny, the fact you have to ask obviously shows you already know the answer.
That shade. This is a bird flying. Can
I show a bird too?
No. You can show a shark. Yeah, I see all the speculation. Like we all reacted to the G question mark post, but then like nothing happened, and then I want something to happen, but nothing has happened.
Yeah.
So
I do think it's okay that nothing has happened because that means they're still carefully considering things.
Once you just show the bracelet.
I can't.
It's not there. It's not there. Oh my god! And then we have to wait a minute before Jed can actually react to what you just did on the camera. Man.
Sorry.
Don't just watch it. There's a towel right here. I launder everything. I'm going to have to wash all this stuff.
Do you have Stormlight Archive books?
I have to check.
What else? 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 Among Us has a new map coming out. So for those playing Among
And it's
Us,
mobile game of the year, which is, oh my god, amazing for something that was released a few years ago.
Yeah. Which the story there behind it is that the creators wanted to work on a game, so they had a few games that they were tossing back and forth, and they still had their day jobs. And the games didn't really make money or anything like that. So they decided to try something different, and eventually they started the beginnings of what would be Among Us. And at that time, it was still meant to be a local game, and it was
Like Overland?
like couch game, play with your friends in the same area. And then they eventually started. Well, people were pushing one of the creators to go for online, and the creator was adamantly against it first, but eventually gave in. And the next thing you know, people started to get into the game, so they had to keep working at it, and the numbers never really flew off the shelves. But a few years later, suddenly, thanks to the pandemic, ta-da! So yeah.
Why haven't they made party games over Facebook? I think Facebook pivoted away from that, and now they just want to host streamers and steal them from Twitch.
I know Facebook has not been generous with utilizing things in their system, unless it's something they have more control over. Hence, Facebook games existed for a while.
But then there's like, because there are all these privacy issues and the like, and what developers were doing with the access they could get.
Yes.
So there were bad actors who compromised the system, and then they kind of moved away from the native game things. That's why you don't really see like messenger games aren't as big as you thought they would become, right? And things like that. So and then we're not playing Mafia Wars anymore, you know. Wow, reference. So yeah. Oh, and yeah, for Nathan, I have them already.
Okay.
I think I have the three.
So, and since I use your Kindle, there's no point.
Yes, we have the same. My old Kindle, I gave it to Toby. It's still logged in with my account, so we share books. Because that's how it is. So I only don't have the Rhythm of War, the new book. If someone's talking about gifting, so that's nice. Yeah.
And then what else? So there's a lot of news now, Noel, that the United States have been denying that they have been having ties with aliens, and supposedly some people from, I think it was Iran or Iraq,
somebody once
have
told
been,
me the
spilling the
world
beans
was
now
gonna roll me.
that there are documents showing that they have been having these agreements. So it's an interesting twist, and I can't wait to see more. The monoliths, on the other hand, are not alien related. There is a documentary supposedly on Netflix about a bunch of guys who did plant those monoliths.
Already, but they're still cropping up everywhere. I don't think it has a docu already.
I thought
it's probably something else.
I thought I saw a post, why we planted the monoliths, a docu. So,
oh my god! I think that's a joke.
I hope, but maybe it's a joke. I hope so.
Kenny's like, are there rare collectibles you guys are eyeing for? Not particularly. Although I have some Transformers this year because of exclusive distribution deals that have become annoyingly difficult to secure, and I have been paying through the nose to get them. It's annoying.
There's a possible gift, but we promised no gifts this year, so I'm not talking about it.
It's okay to talk about it because you're not going to get it for me.
Yeah.
You're just not. You're not following.
What are you not following? I'm not getting it for you yet. Maybe next year.
What are you thinking of?
It's a Dune thing.
My nephew does this. My nephew is like, and he really, and then how he points up,
Well, send them the Kindle. So is it the email? No.
Just use my email.
Yeah.
That's wait. No.
The email that I used to upload the books. I'll send him that email. No. Sige, wala muna. After the show.
Something new happened with SpaceX because I don't really care for them really. Wow, Amos. You brought it up, but then it's still shady.
Something new happened. Oh.
SpaceX is tricky. Because I really think, I honestly think that in terms of current like space programs out there, as much as a commercial venture, it probably stands the best chance of pushing space technology
because
forward.
it has, a very rich backer.
Yeah, and that's a very motivated backer. That isn't subject to government scrutiny and civilian oversight. So that's the thing. But that very rich backer is also a bit nuts. So, no, I lost it. The only thing I keep telling my sister and like Toby, it's like, you know what I want? I want to super upgrade the coffee maker still because we got this year, this cute little coffee grinder thing, coffee grinder combination coffee maker. It only has a 4-cup capacity, which means 2 mugs. So that's not a lot of coffee. That's okay with just me and Toby. But then once we have guests again in regular quantities, then that's no way to deal with guests.
Yes.
And then I have to clean out the machine meticulously every day because it doesn't have an automatic like ejection system for the coffee grounds.
You can't put a filter in there.
No, because of the grinder.
Yeah, it'll tear it up.
The grinder is also where the beans will be during the brewing process. So no point that. Then so I kind of want one of those like not industrial, but those bigger like.
But not the pod machines.
No, not the pod. Just the ones that you put like in the office and they have
pod
a lot
machines
of
are terrible.
Except when they're carried by Thunderbird 2. Because those are also pod machines. Watch our Thunderbirds episode. Link in the doodly-doo. Okay, so, wow, Noelle's like to quote marrying Jodie and Conta. And say if could just seems like an awful waste of space. Actually, her dad said that, right? But then she also quotes it a lot.
But then Jed responds,
there must be more than this provincial life.
And then Noelle responds,
he laughed.
Okay.
Amos is like pointing towards Toby as the cute coffee grinder. It's valid. He's very cute.
So are you coffee? I'm gonna get ice.
Between the two of us, Toby still has grinder. I have growler. So,
but I barely open it now.
Yeah, you open it to clear spam.
Yeah.
Because when there are messages, it's just stupid stuff. I know. Wow, guys, you're still here. We're all still here, guys. We're just here.
I'm pulling a guess.
I don't know. Does anyone want to join the stream? There are some new layouts for like videos. So I don't know if anybody wants to bring in. What? The Masahista deluge ba yan? I don't understand what you mean, Ings. What does that refer to?
What was the question?
The Masahista deluge? Oh, I guess you mean about Grindr and Growler. Well, to be fair, I think Masseurs have not been super active in messaging us in this period. But I'm sure they're desperate. Jed's run out of Bacardi. Noelle's given up on Tinder. What's going on? Oh, Jed's going to run to 7-Eleven. Oh, okay.
Is that a code?
711.
Is that a code for something, Jed?
It could be a trial for future episodes. What do you mean, Kenny? Clarify this. Wow, Noelle was saved from catfishing by reverse image search Google. I swear, Google reverse image search is definitely one of those gifts that keep on giving, and it protects people from that. I'm so sorry that happened to you, Noel. Put on your glasses. Okay, guys. Flash fact. Toby has hit that point in glasses wearing life where he keeps forgetting his glasses when he moves around.
Okay, I don't forget my glasses. I forget to pick them up.
What's the difference?
I remember I have glasses.
It's like he's at his computer, he takes his glasses off and he's tired. And then he'll go to the bathroom. And then he'll be sitting and then he's like, Rocky, I forgot my glasses. And then, or we've had the reverse where we're getting ready for Baduy Pride. He sits down in front, and we're about to start the video, and then he's like, "Oh, glasses," and I have to go find it. And I know he left it like on the shelf in the bedroom or something. So he's reached that point. So yay!
Yeah, soon I'll be needing contacts. Or
I'm okay to go.
Or
no.
Wouldn't it work if I had a hook there? Like it's here the whole time. And then I like chin. See? I won't even have to worry about strain on my nose.
Did you see that? Toby shared this stupid meme about someone who put one of those adhesive hooks on the forehead so that the glasses are forever there. So, no.
I don't daddy levels, Noel. Of course not.
You already have dad jokes. You might as well have dad glass behavior to match it.
You judge me so much.
Yes, all the time. That's our relationship is built on judgment of our one another and the rest of the world. Ing's thoughts on LASIK. I feel like I want to wait for my eyes to get worse before I LASIK.
Before you risk lasers.
Para sulit, diba? So like, how much more can I go? To be fair, my grade has not moved much. Has not moved much in recent years. So like, I think I'm just at this is like either 225, 250 with 25 to 50 astigmatism, and this is 300 or 325 depending on who's measuring, and that's been pretty stable. So no rush there. What? Amos is like, I'm not sure if it's worth an episode, but you guys should do an episode on our eye care. I don't know. I don't think there's a lot of care that goes into it.
Rubbing alcohol. No. I joke.
But if you feel this strongly, please, and put it in the Google form so that we have it. If you need the link, I'm flashing it on the screen now. But I know you've already submitted before, so you know where to find it.
It's 30 minutes.
Oh yeah, it's almost midnight.
Yeah, 30 minutes away from 12:12.
Jed, I'm supposed to wear glasses, but I keep losing them because the best way to not lose glasses is to wear them. That's all I gotta say.
And we have seen Jed with glasses. Didn't we?
I don't know.
Wasn't there that night we were there early and he shows up and he's in glasses when he rushes upstairs?
Ing's suddenly asking if we use ethyl or isopropyl. And of course, we use isopropyl. I am a Green Cross kid, 70%.
Ethyl smells weird.
Yeah, so Green Cross forever. And then when Green Cross is not available, I feel very uncomfortable. I might consider Johnson & Johnson's, but I always feel like the Johnson & Johnson's is really effective.
Oh.
I hate it when we stumble into the Johnson & Johnson's that has the scent.
Do you remember when acetone was a thing?
What do you mean? Acetone is still a thing. It's like people need acetone.
People still use it?
Isn't it for removing nail polish? Although there's nail polish remover. I don't know. Isn't acetone still a thing?
Oh, sorry. Not acetone. What was I thinking of? The thing they used to use for wounds.
Hydrogen peroxide?
Merthiolate.
I don't know. Yeah, merthiolate is still a thing.
Did they stop using that because they realized it wasn't as effective?
I don't know.
I remember it from like the 80s. Jed says, I can't read Netflix subtitles from the bed anymore.
Hala.
Well, how far is your bed from the TV?
Maybe you just have to bring the TV in bed.
Acetone is by prescription now. That's what I also know. Acetone isn't like easy to buy anymore.
Wow, really? That's interesting. So it's like now just nail polish remover. Oh,
Because I think people have been sniffing.
fascinating.
Agua oxinada, Kenny. I think that's what you were thinking of.
But isn't agua oxinada hydrogen peroxide?
That's what they use sometimes to clean wounds.
Hence all those jokes about H2O and H2O2. Haha! Something we brought up family Rognato. That tagline is classic. Di lang pang pamilya, pang spots pa. It's like it doesn't quite finish the word, right? Agua oxinada. So for many years we had a my family had a drugstore, and then we deal with a lot of people like asking for these things. But what is more disturbing is people raising their foot onto the counter and saying, "Do you have something for this?" And then pointing to like their toe or their the horrors of running a drugstore.
Oh, that's the other one. Betadine.
Yeah, but that's iodine.
Why is it betadine if it's iodine? Just branding?
Betadine is the brand. Iodine is what's
But
in
did they
it.
add stuff to it other than iodine?
No, it's just Povidone iodine.
It's really just iodine.
And then even the mouthwash is just the same iodine, but with the different formulations so that you can mouthwash.
And not stain your mouth.
Yes, I guess so. But it's quite comforting though. Betadine.
It was less
oral,
painful.
It's not alcohol kasi.
Mhm.
Unlike this. Like fungal problems. Yes, Noel. Exactly like that. We
Clerical.
keep getting people showing us things that they need help with. Like, we're not doctors. The drugstore just dispenses. They cannot
Yeah, but that's what they do,
provide
right?
medical
I mean,
advice.
because they can't afford to do both. So they might as well just go straight to the suppliers.
Yeah, but more often than not, they're foreigners. So they can afford it because they're here.
You should just answer in Filipino when they do that. Do you have something for this? Di ko alam
Let
kung
me
anong
talk
gusto
to my
mong
high
mangyari.
school self to advise me to do that. But thank you for this helpful tip.
Well,
Haley's handy hints.
Lasalians would have handled that.
I'm going to use the bathroom.
Oh my gosh. What else? Nope. Don't want to talk about operations because all the disinfectant things were making me think about it. What else? Oh my gosh, it's been months of this. Still don't know yet really how we'll be celebrating this Christmas. It's a bit trickier in my end after since we lost dad. Of course, we kids want to be there for mom, but mom also doesn't want too much fanfare. So it's finding that balance and still keeping in mind it's quarantine. So that's a bit of a tricky basket to deal with, so to speak. Hindi sila ang hihiyang magtanong. Yeah, they won't do that. Jed asks, would you guys hang out, face masks all the time, outdoor beer? It's tempting, to be honest. It feels irresponsible, but in theory, to do it protectively is an option. But Jed was asking if we would be open to hanging out with face masks and all. So in theory, yes.
We're not totally against
But
it.
it still feels tricky to do. Parang I think the closest we can probably do that would be to meet somewhere we know would not have too much people. So
Yeah.
at least we control the environment as well to some degree when we meet up.
I mean, ultimately, okay, which is like become our default is that we tend to favor. I still feel more comfortable having people here than going out, which is weird, right? Which is weird.
Mm.
But like, I don't like the longer I'm outdoors, the more nervous I get personally. I get super stressed out that way.
I just glare at people when they're too close.
Yeah, but you know, I mean, like for close friends like
Yeah.
you, then I would totally. I think we could potentially make exceptions, but I don't know if I'd want to drink. Like I'd be super nervous. So
Yeah, admittedly,
I don't want to compromise my ability to be alert and like paranoid.
and when we were out and we ate out, I wasn't comfortable removing my face mask,
Yeah.
even if I
Super.
knew we had to eat. So that was the weird situation with that part. There's that feeling of you don't know. Yeah, outdoors seems better, but at the same time,
It's so uncomfortable.
and at the same time, outdoors you have
I sweat all the time.
you have people yelling at each other when it's outdoors places.
That is also that factor.
So all the more they're spewing stuff. So it's So yeah, it's tricky and all.
I mean, Amos explained something about a reference to a right med ad we missed. What? What?
By right med ba to? I think that's that line.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, going out it's a mixed bag.
It's I understand. Like that's why like isn't it weird, Jed? Like I'd rather be here at home than go out. But then it's an indoor space, right? But then so I understand their risk. And it's like only certain people we would to like trust to like have done their due diligence to try to minimize risk. But if we all get sick, I wouldn't feel bad about
Yeah.
it because it was a person who was worth seeing.
Because like even when I visited my mom, I visited her for lunch. I was wearing the mask,
Mm-hmm.
and then finally it's time to eat. So I took off the mask and stuff. And even then, I was very conscious that I still had to keep in mind it's safer to assume you have it. So whatever you do, you're paying attention to that.
Mm-hmm.
So like when we were talking over lunch, I look away from her when I talk, just so
Yeah.
that I'm not talking towards her.
There was a lot of talking to my plate.
And
Yeah.
then eventually when I was done, I washed my hands,
And then mask on again.
washed my face, and then wore the mask again. And then
And I'm sure we can do the same with friends.
and
but-
it's that sort of, at least for me, well, for us. But parang, and that's family na, and I'm already still like that. So all the more if we choose to go out, I feel I'll be super preening about it.
yeah, I mean,
Ings also shares, had to remove my mask in a hospital visit.
oh
I was worried
wow,
as well.
stress.
Yeah.
Stress. Now we're asking, did you come back already, Jed? Did you get new drinks?
Are you currently at 7-Eleven?
Are you at 7-Eleven now?
Is that why you're asking if you're willing to meet people out? Because you're waiting for us at 7-Eleven?
We could meet you further down McKinley, but it's like, hey Jed, you're running out of time. It's 15 minutes until curfew.
Go, Jed, go.
Go get your drinks if you're gonna get drinks.
But then you might get arrested, so maybe you should stay in.
We're not helpful at all.
So yeah.
This gone on longer than some other
So let's
episodes.
try to connect to the label.
What label?
Do you miss Fridays?
Define Fridays.
The restaurant. Because it's TGIF randomness.
I don't miss Fridays because their menu is very not keto friendly.
And the service is annoying.
The
Oh
one
my
in High
God.
Street. The one in High Street.
They take so long sometimes to answer you, and then when they show up, you ask for something, and then you have to remind them. And then they
I'll
charge.
be like, hello,
they
hello.
charge for.
And then Toby should have typed like, excuse me, or if you remember the waiter's name, Joshua, it's like, he will.
Joshua, we're still waiting.
Okay, Jed, good luck. We're rooting for you. Woohoo! Go,
Jed, keep
go,
us posted.
Jed, go,
Don't
go,
get arrested.
Go.
But
Okay.
oh my God! And then they charge for extra parmesan.
Okay, we only tried to eat at Fridays once in my post-keto life, and we tried to assemble the most keto possible options from the menu.
We tried the meat thing.
It was like steak and whatnot.
Yeah, but
and
it was still sweet sauce.
the sauce was sweet, and there was still like batter on stuff, and it was not optimal.
Mm-mm.
It was super not optimal. So that was quickly stricken off my list of things were places I can eat while on keto. So samgyeopsal is still safer for me for
Mhm.
keto, but in a COVID situation, it stresses me out because again, ventilation is at your table, pulling air in
and
your
then
direction.
even even the desserts were not that good on Friday.
Fridays. Well, I couldn't have the desserts.
No, I mean even before keto, because they had that mud pie thing and they
Yeah.
had their cake, and they all
Fridays is like a thing you did because it was a company thing or so. I mean, like, why else would you end up at
or
Fridays?
like it was
right?
the saucy eat out place to go to.
But but I like Chili's more than Fridays.
Yeah.
Chili's had better food than Fridays, but I
Mhm.
still can barely eat at Chili's now because of keto. Army, Navy, Freedom Friday. Noel, we never really got into Army, Navy.
Yeah, my sister was a big Army Navy supporter.
I like Mexicali more than Army, Navy. Like if I wanted burritos and stuff,
Hmm.
Mexicali. But
And then there was
Mexicali is not keto.
there was another
Good
nice.
night, Karen.
Good night,
Thank you for
Karen.
hanging with us.
There was another nice one that we went to. It was facing Pasay Road.
Whoa, Pasay Road. Chihuahua.
Yes, that was not so bad.
That was okay. The burritos are huge at Chihuahua. But again, not keto. And I love Mexican food, guys. I grew up in LA. Oh, not grew up,
Well,
but I spent
Is
years
it the
in
only
LA.
problem with Mexican food for you is the corn?
The corn, the tortillas, the beans.
Ah, yeah, the tortilla.
It's like
The beans.
so I can just have ground meat and sour cream, maybe. That's
Can
why.
we like fake it with sayote and stuff?
That's not gonna fly.
Can we like pound sayote with egg and then fry it? Because sayote is like fries,
It's
and
not.
fries is
This
like
is not
flour.
quite. No, sayote is like apple. That's why sayote pie, right?
Yes. Yeah, but
This
sayote
is-
with eggs.
This is not in the same neighborhood as like our friend RJ doing langka nuggets, for vegan nuggets. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna stretch. Keto's tricky. Keto being on keto this long, it really tells you that so much of our life is carb driven. Super from things that we batter, things sugar.
Mhm.
Why did you say sayote pie? Sayote pie. Remember that urban legend that McDonald's apple pie, to stretch it, it's really apple
With
sauce
more- with
with
more
sayote. Yeah.
Not that there's any truth behind
We
it.
don't know this. We're not saying this is true. We're just saying it's one of those things that
Kind of like how mushroom burger was made with worms.
I realize I've never actually had a mushroom burger. And I know my family got into it for a while, but it's like I never got it. I never had a mushroom burger.
It's okay.
And now I can't have bread. And then it's like I haven't eaten at Shake Shack because I don't do bread anymore.
Yeah, I haven't had Shake Shack either.
Yeah, and then
Ever.
and then early keto days, we tried we went to Brothers Burger one time because PSGS or something. We were at MOA, and then it was like so many people, and then let's replace the bun with lettuce because there was an option
Then
for
they
this.
charge you more.
And it was so stupid because the oils of the burger, well, the oils and whatever juices of the burger soak through the lettuce by the time it gets served. And so it's just sad. And let's face it, a burger is not a burger without the bread and stuff. And I can't have ketchup unless I get sugar-free ketchup, which my sister does in Singapore. I can have mustard, but depending on the mustard, I can't have any mustard. So it's just so complicated. I'm sorry, I'm just keto ranting. So, yeah, I miss burgers, but not enough to go through all these hoops to figure out how to eat. Noel mentions, okay, parents told the ribeye at Shibo is really good. Of course, I don't eat red meat, so just they're putting it out there. Our different food constraints, Noel.
So you two can go out, order a really big burger, and then Noel eats the bread while you eat the meat.
I think Noel is not getting the best part of that deal. There are better examples of meals we can split, but more often than not,
And then you go to Chihuahuas, order a tortilla, but then you again have the meat. Well, he eats.
you mean a burrito. The
A burrito.
tortilla is just the wrapper, but no. Oh my god. So who else? Okay, I see there are at least 10 people on the stream. Who's still here? I see Ings, Noel, and Amos. Jed ran out to get drinks, but probably left the stream.
I'm not sure if
on his
Jay,
computer.
Andre, or Urim are still online.
Yeah. Urim, I haven't seen a comment from a while. Andre, I'm assuming, is working, trying to work. Kenny, are you still there? Who else is there? So yeah, let us know if you're still there. And we're gonna wait a minute because there's a delay in comments.
I miss those.
Kaya tuloy si Noel, balat niyo sa akin, unfair.
I miss those oyster mushroom packs.
Oh yeah, the planter thing.
Yes. If any of you are ever
See?
able to buy those,
So Urim is there, Kenny
let
is
us
there,
know.
Ings is there. Thanks for chiming in. So that's like
pogi pa rin.
2, 3, 4, 5 people.
Nico-
Nico is working. That's true though. Where he says hi every now and then, but he's still working. Nico, finish your paperwork. You know what I mean. That paperwork is important. Finish your paperwork. Okay.
Burping.
Meow, meow, meow.
What else? I'm trying to think of anything else that we overlooked or could talk about.
Well, Ings is only halfway through his drink. We're like 2/3 of the current glass. There is still active.
Yeah, look at that.
There's a lot of vodka, but there's still. My gauge is really the soda water. We're always
I think
trying
we
to
started
finish
here.
the soda water.
This is our 4th can of soda water.
I'm still here.
Ing says the ice has melted.
And water down the soju so it's not as strong now. Jay is playing Genshin with siblings while watching. Wow. Jay, you are a man of multitasking abilities. Kudos to you.
Mhm.
Why do you use that tone of
Hmm? Oh, I'm just remembering certain updates. Because I don't really social media, right? So every now and then I just glance and I see interesting things and I like and I like and I like. But that's me. Yeah.
Oh, and Noel, you're out of beer, so that means you're out of alcohol entirely.
That's why he was winking at Jed.
So we're just waiting for Jed to come back so that we can end when we're all together, guys.
So that be what happens the moment Jed goes, I'm back, and we're like, okay, let's go.
Oh my God, Noel, you are still playing Pokemon Go. Are you friends?
Hey!
Ings, are you still playing? Are you friends?
Did you get the new ones? Because during the Game Awards, right?
Those weren't new, but there was like an event going on.
Yeah.
It was that stupid
blue thing.
Yeah, the that one.
The M.
Oh my God, super random. Someone messaged on Growler today, and all he said was Mew, MEW, and his profile said he's into Pokemon. So naturally, I answered, "Wow, that's a rare Pokemon sighting." And then it's like, "Oh, you guys play Pokemon?" Like, no, I'm just familiar with the franchise. Such a downer.
No.
Such a downer.
Good he talked to you and not to me.
Right? Toby was just like, what kind of a cat?
No, I would respond, feeling mo Pokemon ka.
Whooper. Yeah. Oh my God. He's in a 9-month relationship.
Bakit? Gotta catch them all? Pass. Oh.
Oh my God. Shady. Shady Toby.
So, some of the topics are topics we don't know when we will consider actually doing that.
Oh, you want to look at that? Let's look at the list.
So, for example, there's one about talking shade. And,
Throwing shade.
Yeah, and I don't think we can do that without at least one of the queens with us.
Or at least someone who can moderate, I don't know, and help and speak to the shady nature of things.
Local drag perspective definitely needs.
Yeah, like I took
panel.
out the number because I'm skipping it to make a panel.
There's your own drag persona, which so far only I have done drag. But even then, I didn't have a persona per se.
Yeah. I don't think
It was still Toby and drag.
I really don't know how to address the drag persona one because like it's not something we've thought about. Okay, this is long running. Who makes kulit in bed? I don't think it's a topic. It's just it's a one-off question, and his name is Toby.
No, I don't.
See, Toby's always going to say that it's my fault that I somehow seduce him. But then Toby's bar for seduction is like,
Hey! Okay, first of all, Rocky's only speaking when we're both awake. Things are very different when he's asleep.
it's not quite midnight.
I don't have the video to prove it yet.
Well, there is this heavy one: the intersection of books and board games and storytelling.
I'd like to
I'm
cover
leaving it there, and we'll address it one day.
I'd like to cover that.
Yeah, I skipped this
Noel
one.
asks, don't you have queens left but to interview? The quick answer there is yes, we do. The honest answer there is I doubt it will happen this December. It's just really messy. To
Where
do
are these
December.
comments going? Of course, Anak has said morning cardio. And then,
Morning cardio is nice.
see, mamita mo. And then, Andre says, I am more seductive. What? No.
See, Andre can see it. I'm not seductive. I'm just horny.
Okay. So we have a bunch of them that are guest dependent, like New Breed of Filipino game designers and Unpub.
Admittedly, in as much as we would like to tackle that, it's hard to do it without either one, making the mistake of neglecting someone and they might feel like we don't respect their work, and two, realizing we're not really active in Unpub.
Yeah,
So we can't really talk about
we can't
it
speak well
with,
to it.
with authority.
Jed had a long running topic of favorite Odiva looks, and I feel like we're just gonna hurt people's feelings.
Yeah, but I want to do that.
But then we need to prepare.
Yeah,
we need to dig up my thousands of photos and say I like this look
and
I like
and
this
to be honest, I don't want to limit it to the divas.
Oh.
So like a look Noel had that we really love, a look Jed had that we really love. You know, that sort of
Jed
thing.
mostly wears black shirts at home.
Yeah, but he
Black
also
or the maroon.
Jed's done drag.
Oh, well, we haven't quite fully seen
Mhm.
that.
And then
Okay.
Jed has his dark green grayish shirts.
What? Okay.
Military look.
Yeah, there's the throwing shade topic, which I don't know how to address. I mean, like, okay, I concede that Toby and I just happen to be shady because we feel very free to speak our mind and not care.
Noel has said the comment, and without reading it aloud, I will say yes.
I will just say it's a shame that the episode ended with technical difficulties.
Mhm.
Okay. And then wow. Then there's one that's the life and times of Rocky as shown through stories pertaining to his Transformers collection. I just feel bad that it's a one-sided topic.
Well, yeah. What?
There are the repeat topics. So like there was a time that Pico, and you guys all know Pico by now in the comments, would just suggest any topic part 2. So there's like board game for beginners part 2, getting into tabletop RPGs part 2.
Mhm.
So that we haven't tackled. There's one about facial hair on ourselves and other people that, like the favorite Odiva looks, we think it needs visual references, but we haven't invested time in
And
preparing.
it has that feeling of, let's say we talk about certain people's facial hair. So we have to show their photo. But then they're not celebrities, they're not public personas. So it feels wrong to show their photos.
Yeah. There's the generic one, Super Mario franchise. Actually, that's not terrible. It just comes up every now and then when we shuffle. There's How Would You Do Dune?
Oh, speaking of Super Mario can now fight Sephiroth.
Sephiroth.
Smash Brothers has announced Sephiroth as the new fighter. So I can't wait
Sephiroth.
for Kirby to suck on Sephiroth. And I'm sorry. Going on.
Oh my god, I just realized there are two throwing shades.
By different people.
Yeah, there's Anonymous and then there's David.
Mhm.
We still have two more editions of favorite cartoons, 2000 to 2009 and the 90s. It's so funny. Consent education.
That one feels tricky.
It feels heavy.
Because it's a nice topic for people to be aware of. It's not a topic I feel we can speak with authority.
With authority.
Even if we can talk about it. So it feels like a topic that isn't really meant for us to be the ones to talk about.
Yeah, there's that. So that's tricky. Trixie and Katya. And then Toby, the last time it came up, Toby was tired and then he's like, well, it's okay, you'll be the one to talk. And like so that's sad if it becomes another one-sided topic. So I'm not like eager to do it.
Well, that's fine. It's really more of quirky topics. You just happen to know more about it.
Yeah.
The other one earlier was just a call out as to who said it. So it's not about you. It's about the sender.
Okay. Then Saturna. Okay. In all honesty, we want guests for that.
Mm-hmm.
I will just leave it at that. Okay. There's one on mental health, and I feel like we addressed this to some degree in the quarantine episode. But then beyond that, I mean, we may eventually tackle this one day.
Or maybe we can tackle it
with help
in smaller fragments, like ways to boost your mental health or ways to remind yourself that you're stuff like that. We could do little pep talky.
But it's harder for me. I come from the family where the mental health advice is change your face. It's like you look sad, you look depressed. Change your face. Not now. Okay. Citadels, which is a game that's easy. There's a franchise you both love, how you found it, and why you love it. And oh my god, there's just so many.
I think we can break.
It's so big.
We can break the different
so
episodes.
Big, but you're just a little bug under his foot. Okay, so filler game suggestions is actually a great topic. We'll address it sometime. There was the vague cure for boredom during the pandemic. This is different for everyone. I don't know if we'll ever be able to handle it. Okay. There's a request for Villainous. We keep delaying Villainous because we're waiting for an expansion to arrive.
And it's sailing the ocean right now.
Is it? Or is it one of those that got stuck?
I don't know.
I think it got stuck.
Well, let's hope it's on its way.
There's the Adventures of Tintin, which is cool.
Which is supposed to be 10-10, right? Officially. Isn't it?
There is one that wants to talk about starting a business or like entrepreneurial stuff and specifically requesting Noel. Podcast recommendations. Okay, there's some of them were recent. This is one, it surprised me when this came up. Breakups and ending relationships romantically and platonic. Wow, someone's going through something. That's big.
It is interesting to talk about that.
I mean, like, we can try.
Yeah.
We can certainly try that one.
But I feel if we're going to open to those type of topics, then we might as well open the gates to all these other topics. For example, meal planning for couples or discussing laundry duties or, it's basically about different facets of relationship life.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, there's celebrating the small wins. There's the holiday handa ideas, which was almost today's topic. But then Toby was like, given the pandemic, we can just talk about past holidays, right? Rather than that. But we didn't. Cute Socks. Seven Wonders, which ironically is a board game we do not own. But we played. Memes that we love or hate, which is an interesting topic, actually.
I'm at a loss to it.
Favorite, really? You?
No, I mean plus.
Favorite celebrities of any medium. And that's it. That's like the main active queue topics that are left. There are a few that doubled up. So like shade, I now have to eliminate one of the shades. So there are 2 shades pala.
Or we just have to find 2 different ways to talk about it.
Throwing shade and throwing shade.
Throwing shade and receiving shade.
I can totally hack. The response to throwing shade is just shrug it off or throw some back. Okay. Have more LGBT topics. Soji, gay online dating, hookup apps. Well, we did like a digital dating one.
Yeah. It's just that it's always tricky to talk about those things because, of course, our perspective will be in some ways ranty.
And we haven't been like actually active in the dating sphere for years.
That's why we might be ranty about it because it's not our thing anymore. It's not something we do.
So we're not the best people to speak to this, but we try.
We might try to position things in a way that is more applicable to us because if it's not applicable to us, it's kind of weird if we're talking about it.
Soji is important. That's a big topic. I don't know if we're the best people to educate towards it.
Supposedly it passed, right?
Senate level panel.
Yeah.
Senate panel level. Which for me, it's like, okay, celebrate the small win, but guys, that's a very small win.
Yeah.
That's nothing. That means it hasn't even cleared the Senate. Then it has to get to also clear a corresponding version in Congress. Then get to a bicameral reconciliation. And then it has to get through the president. So don't exactly hold your breath.
Yeah, and right now he's probably just now discovering Dalgona coffee or something.
This is kind of funny, but then I've seen it like 30 million times already, so it's not as funny anymore. Oh well. Wala. Yeah, I must say, I think we have been episode 100. I thought one of the angels had removed it from the agenda. That was the other day. Today it got through the panel, but there was the other day it was removed from the agenda entirely. We try to keep track, but it's a lot of disheartening. Haha, let's wait for him to pass. Noel, for shame. Be careful. Okay. But
I guess, yeah, that's the episode, I guess.
Yeah, I think this has gone on quite enough. But guys, this was pretty cool. This was pretty fun. It was pretty chill. I hope you enjoyed this non-episode episode and our very whatever discussion.
At least we got the show first.
Oh, we have to wait for Jed. Amos is like asking updates on Jed. Yeah, we're not sure if he's back yet. Yeah. We should at least wait for Jed. We don't want to. We don't want to disappear on Jed.
Although we don't even know if he's really gonna log back on. He didn't say he's coming back, right?
Christmas, Christmas time is here. Time for joy and time for cheer. Time for toys and time for cheer. We can wait, but it won't last. Hurry, Christmas, hurry fast. Want a plane that loops the loop. Me, I want a hula hoop. We can hardly stand the wait. Please, Christmas, don't be late. Alvin! My childhood, guys.
What was that?
No, my shirt's like off center. I don't know. I keep seeing it like it's not balanced.
Well, you always take it off.
Stop trying to get me to take my shirt off.
No, I'm not.
No, I think the longest episode is still the interview with MC because it included a show and stuff. 13 days till Christmas. 13 days till your birthday. Video episode. Oh my god. It's gotta be funny.
Well,
I think the next time we're like super drained, we're gonna do the Google episode. We're gonna talk to my
and
unit.
if we do the video episode, I guess we can't save it.
Well, we can't use actual background music. We'll just sing a cappella. Ta-ta! Like we maybe can have the lyrics. Oh gosh, it's
David!
12:12. Hey David, good luck. It's 12:12. Oh my God, I have to buy. Oh my God, I'm gonna buy Duplo.
Around 4 times now, Amos.
Not 4 times. I didn't sing. It's the only time I sang the full thing like fully now.
Yeah.
I can sing other Christmas carols.
We've been humming it like 4 times now.
I'll go more traditional. It came upon a midnight clear, those glorious songs of old, when angels bending near.
Sabi ni Noel, malapit na kami maging kami ng
Hey, he's a super fan. It's like super things.
Oh, Jet message!
Oh wow, it got. He's still at the store. Hoy, it's quarantine na. You have to go home. Be careful. Okay.
Dali send a guest link.
And we follow Jed on the way back. Oh my God.
No, he's not back. He's still at the store.
Yeah, so he's not quite back again. What's the graphics tablet? What is the relation to this graphics tablet? I'm sorry, I scratched my ear.
I guess it's a drawing tablet that isn't a standalone tablet on its own, so you use it with the laptop. I know there are some that work that way. It's a tablet, you plug it onto the laptop, so that's where the processing happens. But then,
see, look at I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars near Aura right now. What's going on? Why are you out? Hey, kids, get off my lawn. My lawn being that entire cemetery. Noel's going to bed. Say goodnight to Google for us.
right, Noel.
Yeah, so I guess it's time for us to all look at our 12/12 options because, you know, the sale time. I think there are some Lego sales from up until 2 a.m. on Lazada Singapore.
Ings, if you find a good drawing tablets, share me the link so I can also consider getting it because I really am considering trying to get back on graphic art. Five.
I don't know. It's super into. What are other weird Christmas songs? There's like, there's the Batman one, right? Jingle bells, Batman's bells, Robin laid an egg. The Batmobile lost his wheel, the Joker got away. Okay.
Good night, Noel.
Oh my God! Only if meow meow people show up. Okay, so
yes, please PM me. I was looking at that list that there was it's like 50% off at 7,000 because it used to be like 18,000. So stuff like that I've been staring at also. So let me know. Yeah.
So yeah, I guess we're just making sure that Jed gets back safely. That's honestly what's happening at this point. But then the longer I wait, the more chipmunky I get.
I just wonder if Jed just messaged or is he actually listening to the show right now?
I think she just messaged.
Because is it like playing in the back? Oh wait, but David shared
not another Christmas song by Blink-182. Yeah.
I don't know that song.
I don't know either.
Should we invite David to sing it?
No. Or you go super sad and like, hindi kita malilimutan.
Oh no, it ships from overseas. I'm always afraid to order now that anything that ships from overseas. But that's a good price.
Oh yeah, that's not bad at all.
Yeah, see?
No, he's running to 7-Eleven, Amos. He's not renting a 7-Eleven. Although that could be an interesting prospect, but I don't think... Oh, that looks
but that's sort of like what I
interesting.
have now with my old Wacom.
Yeah, but that's how all tablets
No,
work,
no,
right?
there's a version wherein
Bluetooth?
the tablet itself is a screen. Those are more expensive.
Okay.
But this one kasi, you'll have to
It's just a
learn
stylus.
you'll have to learn the motion to match the screen, and that can be tricky.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Now I have Lazada open.
Lazada has interesting jingles in Singapore. How come we don't necessarily have as interesting jingles? Although, okay, I will in 1212 news, or not really news, but in 1212 social media ridiculousness. I love that Chris Aquino Bimbi Shopee video
Oh, I haven't seen that.
where they were pitching some product and then like and mabibili and Chris is like mabibili sa and then Bimbi says like Lazada and then she goes and Shopee because she's sponsoring Shopee. It's classic. It's so classic. Oh my god. Let's sing Christmas carols. James like or Shopee. it was like not even a second. Sharp as a tack, that woman. She just jumped right in.
And
It's like,
they didn't edit it out.
no, because it was like a live stream type thing. Oh, Bimbi, good job indeed. Um, okay. Little things I should probably save for Christmas, but then why not? In our family, the night before Christmas has a song. And I'm not talking about the night before Christmas, but the night before, the very classic Christmas poem, like on the night before Christmas. And then my grandmother has a song for it, which for like my entire childhood, I thought was the official song for it. But I don't necessarily know if it's true. It's probably not. Because there are many things that our grandmother inculcated in us that we felt were true, but no, they're just things she made up. Because then it's like, it went like, how do you go? 'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that Saint Nicholas soon would be there.
I did not know that was a song.
It's not a song. It's my grandmother's song. It's probably not real. Oh my God, Dave's like, in 3 to 5 years, Bimbi's probably Toad's gonna be a Lazada ambassador because of this year alone. That's very true. Because he also said it very quick, like Lazada. So okay, it's not a legit song, but my grandmother set many things to music to make it easier to remember, and so I sing that. I also have this other thing from a book. It's like the fox went out on a chilly night and begged to the moon to give him light. He had many a mile to go that night before he reached the town. Oh, town, oh, town, oh. He had many a mile to go that night before he reached the town. Oh, and it was the whole thing about the fox running out and getting chickens or bringing
Sounds like
them
a
home to
Lady
his family.
Gaga song.
Oh, these are like legit. Oh my God! Wait, I may have the right book. Remember, there was like books that Nico returned to me from the Lego set. There's. I gotta get it.
Oh, where's me? Oh, I'm tired. Did you find it?
Yeah. Awesome. We had 2 versions of this book. One version had a little keyboard, a piano at the bottom.
Of course.
So that
A playable piano.
Yeah. Oh my God. This is classic. But it's like, but I don't think this has the fox. And stupid list of rhymes. The list of rhymes is not alphabetical. I don't think this is the one with the fox, which would be sad. Yeah, this isn't the one with the fox, but this is cool too. Don't you know your nursery rhymes? But anyway, yeah, this book. Anyway. Oh my gosh!
Yeah, well, I'm not sleepy, but I am tired. It's that middle ground of wanting a massage or um, eager to break out and do something.
Yeah, like make Norman Reedus create weapons.
Yeah.
I heard that dialogue. Like, what?
Grenade number 2. Grenade number 1. Oh, we know where you got those names.
Can you do a dramatic reading of Lady Gaga's Paparazzi? What would a dramatic reading be?
Okay.
Get a massage from Rocky. I've already been massaging Toby this week, okay? He's been having gassy nights and I've been massaging.
It's the weird pain when the gas actually creeps up to your shoulders.
Break out into a song. I've already been singing, people. What do you need from me?
Okay. So here, can you read it? It's too small.
I can read it.
I'll make it bigger.
I have glasses.
Okay. So we are the crowd. We're coming out.
The duck has decided no.
Got my flash on. It's true.
I'll let you finish the stanza.
Need that picture of you. It's so magical. We'd be so fantastical.
Leather and jeans. Garage. Glamorous. Not sure what it means. But this photo of us, I don't have a price. Ready for those flashing lights. 'Cause you know that, baby, I can't handle this. This is so weird.
That's our time.
Yeah, okay. Are you satisfied, Ings? Please give us the blessings of other Jesus.
And we did not go to the chorus because I think we should stop.
I don't know, but it's like and then I was
to be all full drama.
and I was going for a Shatner reading, hence so many questions.
I'm your biggest fan. I'll follow you until you love me.
And then no, then I'll just answer like Papa, Ratsu.
Baby, there's no other superstar. You know that I'll be
Your Papa Ratsu.
Promise. I'll be kind. But I won't stop until that boy is mine. Baby, you'll be famous. Chase you down until you love me.
Papa Ratsu.
Okay, next song.
I don't know. No, not next song. There's no next song.
See? Why sing when you can drama?
Yeah, this always reminds us of Miranda because this season's laugh as Papa Lady Gaga is poker face. Ha 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 ha.
By Jesse.
By Jessica J. It's what was that price tag?
Yeah.
Ha 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 ha. I can never finish that one. Oh, it's so good. Well, I hope you were entertained by this ridiculous, but thank you, Ings, for suggesting a dramatic reading of Lady Gaga's Papa Ratsu.
Wasn't that the name of the Pope?
What?
Ratzinger. And he's the Pope, so paparazzi.
Oh my god, that was terrible. I walked into that one.
Such fun.
Oh my god.
See, Amos responded, Ratzinger. See? So it's like a rodent and a super robot from Japan. Do you think we will look back like 10 years from now and talk about those pandemic years?
Wow. Like people the way that like some people talk about wars.
Yeah. But seriously, can you imagine like 10, 15 years from now, we'd be talking and remember when it was that pandemic?
Remember COVID-19?
David says, I saw the Pope joke from a mile away. Well,
You're definitely better at spotting them than I am. I keep like, okay, there it is again.
yeah.
Bench is live at the moment and has once again tagged us and stuff. And like, oh now. And I'm getting tagged in every reshare
Of course,
of the video.
David, it'll have to be years because it's not like, let's say, an earthquake we're in. It's like, where were you when the earthquake happened?
Yeah, yeah.
Hello, it's the frigging year.
Yeah, because it's like the thing to say, like, did you tweet it? Did you tweet the earthquake? That's the real time behavior.
But I think it will be more like, years down the line, and then you're talking to, let's say, nephews who used to be babies, so they didn't quite realize it.
I'm the only one with a nephew
but you get the
who's a
idea.
baby at
So
the moment.
they're now at an age wherein they're eager to learn more, and you start talking about, oh my gosh, a few years ago it was like this, that sort of thing. Or like when you're starting to make new friends or new coworkers or this and that. Because of course the upcoming year and the year after that, I think it will still be too close and it won't feel as, what's the word? It's not really something you'll think back on. It's really be more like the current thing you're complaining about.
Oh, sorry. It's one of those surprise. Isn't it weird when you get those like review a photo you may be in, and then you see like, whoa, where is this from?
Yeah.
Why are you posting this now, person?
Or maybe, pwede may facial recognition pala on Facebook.
Well, we know that. I turned on the recognize my face in photos as they come up, precisely to spot these things. But then it was just like, what is this doing here? Oh, that's why. Huh.
I'm
How
worried about
weird.
the Spider-Verse movie. Because it feels like they're trying too hard to make the Spider-Man movie cool.
I've already seen jokes like, did you know that Optimus Prime is in the new Spider-Man movie? It's just like, everybody's in the new Spider-Man
They're getting
movie.
back Doc Ock. They're getting back all the previous Spider-Mans and all the previous leading ladies. But there is that feeling, tuloy, they'll either need an actor to be Miles Morales, or they'll do it without a Miles. But then it now feels like they're trying to erase what Spider-Verse did.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's now this weird, what the hell, right? And it then raises the question, who would be the Spider villain for that type of a story? That would have Spider-Verse implications.
Yeah, I mean, like as much as I'm a Spider-Man fan, and like I keep a cautious distance from these things to protect my heart, so that I don't like get too disappointed.
Because we know it's not Morbius. We know Venom's a hero now.
I don't think it's going to be the Inheritors. Because that's the true Spider-Verse story.
Yeah.
That they created these.
What about
spider-eating
What about
vampires?
that guy with the weird shoulder thingy? Pilgrim or something? Remember him?
Shoulder thingy.
He had the costume. He had the magenta face.
The Scryer? No, magenta.
The pilgrim or something.
So we're just gonna keep saying pilgrim and making this shoulder gesture to me,
I will
hoping
try.
that I'll get it. He's probably right to some degree. I just cannot, for the life of me, imagine who he's talking about.
Syempre, I'm checking Spider-Man Pilgrim if that character does exist. Nope.
How do you capture this this gesture?
I just remember him as one of those pseudo godlike villains. Oh man. Okay.
Yeah, just there's a funny messages.
I can't find his name. Was it the Foreigner? No, the Foreigner was the Punisher type of villain. Maybe I'm misremembering. But it was one of those villains who sort of had this Beyonder type of feel.
Maybe you meant the Scryer. Are you thinking clone? Are you thinking clone? Clone Saga era. Spider-Man Scryer.
This one, white face.
No, not that. Because they're weird individuals.
Yeah. Anyway,
Aang's like, was Carnage left on Earth? Right? I don't know anymore. I'm not super updated with the current like. I know we're building up to the Black King thing, but I'm not updated. Chris Evans reprising his role as Johnny Storm. Have not heard that. Yeah.
I haven't heard that one either. I think it was a Romita story. If you illustrate.
Okay, you're digging Romita.
Yeah. Or worse, it was John Romita, not the. Yeah. Anyway, it's just tricky to imagine what type of villain he would be facing for that type of a story arc. Because the easy answer would have been Mysterio, but we've already done Mysterio.
Yeah, and that Mysterio was pretty good. What Marvel arc do you want the Cinemaverse to do? I don't know anymore. We were already getting a Secret Invasion thing, based on the announcements today. Because I don't know if we had. Well, I'd love Lady Thor to kind of happen. That was a fun arc, but then it also requires that there is a period of time where regular Thor, Chris Hemsworth, is unworthy. So that would be cool. I don't know if I want War of the Realms. That was super messy. Actually, I can't think of a good recent arc that I actually like. I didn't like Original Sin. Original Sin was just weird, and then they mutilated the Watcher for no good reason. Secret Wars is not the strongest Marvel story out there. Remember, it was hastily put together to sell a toy line to challenge DC because their toy line was doing better.
The what was this? Inferno doesn't work because the mutants aren't around in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah.
So it doesn't work. House of M doesn't work because the mutants aren't around.
Yes.
Um, Secret Wars could have been interesting, but a Beyonder type of character kinda doesn't work with the way the Marvel Cinematic Universe works right now.
Yeah, they're still kind of more grounded in like
Because they
semi-reality.
already had that with the Infinity Gauntlet. Excuse me. I'd like to choose. Um, what was this other one that really was interesting? I can't remember its name.
Sorry, describe.
Well, the fight against the Skrull Secret Invasion could be interesting, but it doesn't feel like it's fresh ideas anymore.
But yeah, there is a already announced Secret Invasion.
Yeah, but it's a Shield focused story arc, right? But not a major story arc the way it was in the comics. And the big events really revolve either around the X-Men or the Fantastic Four.
Or the cosmic stuff.
Yeah. And then the cosmic stuff.
Oh. Okay, in that sense, like if I wanted an arc, but it's not gonna sell, it's not gonna happen because it's not gonna make sense. It's Annihilation.
Okay.
I enjoyed the Annihilation wave, but it only worked because it built up 4 characters from relative obscurity. It started out with like Silver Surfer, Ronan, Wraith, but then MCU Ronan is very different from comic Ronan and things like that. But I wouldn't mind. I like Annihilation. Annihilation, and then the next Annihilation book wasn't so bad. But then things that got to the end and stuff, not so great after that. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, the others don't really resonate with me.
Yeah, because we already like semi-touched on what could have been Infinity Gauntlet. Civil War is also sort of done. Secret Wars is a confirmed project. Yeah, no, Realm of King, Shadowland, that's like
a lot of the X stuff, Age of X, Avengers versus
Fear of X
X-Men.
was stupid. Fear
Age
itself.
of Ultron, they sort of tried to do it.
Yeah, not quite.
So yeah, Spider-Verse seems to be the main option they have left, but that's the Inheritors really. I still can't find the villain. I'm sorry. I give up. I'll probably find the comic sometime later.
I will be right back. World War Hulk, but then Hulk just hasn't been that super big a character, and then he disappeared on his own. That was confusing. But, yeah, things like that.
I mean, even the Demon Bear saga, which I really, really loved, and New Mutants, the movie was. So it's kind of hard to find the story arc. Like Extinction Agenda, I'd really love to see that, but again, it needs the mutants, and that's not in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. That might be a better question to answer if Nick was online. Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe. I didn't find it fun. I didn't enjoy that at all. Not my thing. Even the Phoenix 5, where 5 different people got the Phoenix powers. Oh.
Deep comic book lore.
What other crossover events did they have? There's Siege, where Norman Osborn takes over Asgard. There's Axis, where the Red Skull exploits
That was weird.
things. There's Civil War 2.
Civil War 2 was terrible. I mean, it's like, because I get it, but I don't know if it really like.
Mhm.
Secret Empire has potential, but I don't know.
That's Captain America being a Hydra agent.
Contrived beginning, but and then Empire. I'm only getting started on Empire. It actually shows a lot of potential.
Then there's that weird one where Carnage is like God.
It's different because it's the god of the symbiotes Null who's coming.
Yeah. So,
They've been building up to this. It's the current event, the whole Black King arriving. So that's why Silver Surfer is black, and instead of silver.
So the older ones would be Inferno, where the demons of Limbo invade Earth. There's the Axe of Vengeance, where Loki unites with Doctor Doom, Magneto, Kingpin, Mandarin, the Wizard, and the Red Skull to plot against the heroes. There's the Rise of the Midnight Suns, which was a Marvel Universe against Lilith. We have the Hands of the Mandarin, which is against the Mandarin. You have the Onslaught Saga, which was just so strange.
Because it was just trying to contrive Heroes Reborn. Well, sorry, when they jumped over.
Mm-hmm. And then you have Maximum Security, Starfaring Alien Community quarantines the Earth. You have the End, which is all supposedly the endings of the Marvel
But
universe.
it's like, it means Thanos again, kasi for these things. Why is Amos also winking? I'm heading to bed, wink, wink. All right, Amos, I guess we'll join you in bed if you continue to watch the stream on your phone. Wink, wink.
Night, Amos.
Yes, Wave is the Pinoy character.
Shadowland sort of was what they tried to do with the Daredevil TV series.
Yeah, but it didn't go all the way. Like he wasn't still like a bad guy. Thanks for joining, Amos. We appreciate you watching. As we just like look at stuff now.
I'm surprised I didn't see here the Asgardian Wars.
If you guys want, I can sing the Chipmunk song. Are we all adding wink wink to everything now? Because now Yerm's like still watching wink.
Oh my gosh, remember this? The Terminus Factor.
No.
When you had that Terminus robot thing that was just growing larger and larger, gaining power with each episode.
I don't know this one.
Terminus the Conqueror.
Christmas.
If I remember, that's 6.
Time for joy.
Yeah, this guy. Ta-da! With this yellow face. Oh my gosh, the Nefaria Protocols, Thunderbolts and Avengers against Count Nefaria. Avengers Disassembled. Fallen Sun, The Death of Captain America. Fear Itself. Fear Itself was rough.
Yeah, that wasn't. But then it became, Amos is like, it's wink, wink, o'clock. Or you could say, it's wink, wink, o'clock. Wink, wink. Oh, is that then? Are there topics we should have covered now that it's after midnight? Ooh, after dark. Because if not, I'm going to start Lazada 12/12 shopping after this. Because I have Christmas gifts to give to my one and only nephew because he's the only one who's getting gifts this year, and the game is on. No, I already told his mom, my sister, what we're gonna get. I got plans. I got plans because it's a Duplo year.
Yeah. So these are all just.
So yeah, so I don't think we have a good answer for like which arc.
I pray they never do One More Day.
Oh, yeah, that was like the only thing worse than the Clone Saga. Brand New Day kind of helped, but then it took me a while to warm up to Spider-Man post One New Day. Oh yeah, one more day.
Oh, I would be interested in seeing them do the alternate lines. The noir line.
Oh,
The what was the other one? The one that Gaiman wrote.
Marvel something year.
Yeah, but
15
those
something
lines,
something.
I wouldn't
Oh.
mind seeing those.
The more Elseworldsy story, to borrow the DC term for it.
Because those would be interesting reinterpretations of familiar concepts, and that would always be fun.
You guys want another reboot of Spider-Man? Are you guys happy with the current cinema Spider-Man and also Miles Morales? I think a reboot is inevitable because the Andrew Garfield reception that fizzled out very quickly, and then Tom Holland. I actually like Tom Holland as Spider-Man, but I don't know if that has legs. If we're gonna continue on.
I think the main problem is that they're not locked down onto the show like, let's say, Doctor Who. So since it's a per contract basis, they don't really have the freedom to see it as a franchise.
Yeah, they signed them into 2-3 picture deals, and then that's it. And that's how you go.
And that's comparing it to like what they did for the Marvel Cinematic Universe, where you're locked down for 3 movies and the like. So they kind of had a bit more room. That's 7. So yeah.
Me, I want a hula.
That's 8.
It's the same. It's the same segment. That's 7.
No, it's separate. It's 8.
At least stand away.
It's 8.
Please, Christmas, don't be late. Gosh, don't you love me so much? Aren't you like, wow, so lucky?
Yes, I am.
Ah.
I give up. I can't find him.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna do this Traveler, but if it wasn't Scribe, it wasn't June's Traveler. So I don't know who you're talking about. Okay, guys, let's all go 12-12, I guess. This is like, it's almost 1 o'clock. So we super appreciate all of you guys with us. People are still sending reactions. Oh my
And
gosh.
we still don't have Jed back, right?
Oh yeah, Jed never officially came back, but I guess he's okay, right? I guess he's fine.
I just want Sleepwalker to appear in the Marvel Cinematic
Okay,
Universe.
we're gonna go back to Toby talking about Sleepwalker. Toby thinks Sleepwalker was surprisingly cool as a concept. Man, but that was like such a tricky hero. He was super like, he has to make his human counterpart sleep.
And then he had those guys,
He looks so alien.
the green face.
And
he's a space sheriff because he had that star thing that allowed him to morph reality.
And then his powers were like weird. It was just like this beam that like distorts reality, but it can stabilize dream matter in the dream space. So I don't know.
And his host was Rick Sheridan.
Yes, exactly. And it was interesting. They've kind of kept him alive on and off in different stories.
I saw that recent what was the title I was reading?
Sound off, everyone who's still in the stream.
Yeah, that was weird.
There's like 8 of you left. It's like a countdown in itself. Obviously, I see Kenny is still sort of here, but also working. And then I see Urim and Ings. And then Amos should be lying down, wink, wink. So, who else is here? Oh, yeah, I never actually DM'd for that. Oh, Nico is still there. Hello, Nico. And Ings. Yeah, I said Ings. Boop, beep, boop, 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 boop. But it's by card?
Mm-mm.
Oh, interesting. And David is here. Hello, David. Do you have a song request? I'm now taking song requests. Because if not, I do the chipmunks again. Dead cells after this. What's dead cells? I don't know dead cells. Oh, visual. Roguelike.
Action platform.
Ooh, respect.
I think I shall deliver packages. I think that's officially it.
Yeah.
That's all the time we have. But we had a lot of fun, and we hope you will join us again next time.
Should you have suggestions for future episodes, because obviously we didn't have a topic for this one, then fill out the Google form at bit.ly Baduy Bright Ideas. It would super help us.
Mm-hmm.
You can follow us on Twitter, all Toby No Shade, RG Sunico. Pause. I just also realized it super annoys me the fact that saying Toby and Rocky. I don't know. In every relationship, you get to that point where like you figure out whose name you'll always say first. Rocky and Toby doesn't sound as nice as Toby and Rocky.
No, it's okay.
So, but that's my comfort level. So I always say Toby and Rocky, and that's why I wrote the Twitter handles this way: that Toby the Shade, RG Sunico. However, in terms of our default positions in the episodes, it's the wrong way around. And I've been like thinking about it for the past 50 or something episodes. Not the first 50, just this second half. Just letting you know. I'm just thinking. Okay, but I don't know if I'm going to change it. Toby?
You could also check out our blog, that's baduypride.com, for all the previous episodes and any stuff about us.
Normally, I would say feel free to continue the conversation in the comments below, but what was this conversation? I don't know what there is to comment on. So you can leave any comment, and that's cool. And then, of course, be sure to subscribe for notifications, whether on Facebook or YouTube, so you don't miss our next live stream. Once again, I'm Rocky.
And I'm Toby.
And this
is
Baduy Pride. On a side note, Jay was taking a shower and listening. What is with you and your midnight cleaning habits?
Bye.
Good night, everyone. Have a good weekend. And 12/12!